Admirals Log Stardate 0831202017.9 Starship Excelsior's log NCC 77246. NCC 77246. So I decided to come online for a few minutes because I just finished my schooling early tonight because the teacher had things to do. And so I thought it would be nice to come online for a few minutes. I know my cousin knows that I enjoy doing these, and yet I've been kind of in the dumps a little bit, and one of the reasons why I've been in the dumps is the news. Now, I found a couple news sources where I can watch live news anytime I want online, free of charge. And I listen to what's going on in the politics sector, and I'm not happy about it, all right? There's a lot of people, talking about this or talking about that. And frankly, as you all know, I don't really care. So today I was talking to my cousin, asking how everything's going with her day, and she's like, eh. Now, my family means a lot to me, but there's something I want to share with you all that I want to share with you with all my heart. Besides deleting a comment or two of people messaging saying stuff like "get rid of my Christmas tree." Sorry to say, it's not $1 Christmas tree. This was about $200 Christmas trees. So to me, the guy who is being rude is a complete butthole. Now, the reason I'm doing this over unemployment or stimulus checks is there is nothing to report, literally. And again, I've seen a lot of crap going on. I did clean my email box out today. I still got some work to do, but 2/3 of it was cleaned out. Uh, and I finally filed it away in different things. So, I'm going to try to get some live videos done if you guys want me to while doing spreadsheets. Otherwise, I will focus on doing spreadsheets and watching reviews on my Google Hub. So, anyways, let's talk about what's going on in life, okay? Because I want to address this completely, okay? Now, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people out there playing the Democrats versus Republican card. I really don't care. What I care about the most in this country is the fact that the American people are hurting, suffering. We don't need to basically blame one party or the other. And the reason for it is the American people need to realize that we are, hey, Dinky, we are really suffering right now, because, I'm disgusted with what's going on. Disgusted with what's going on. I'm going to turn my volume off here because I don't want noise copywriting crap. What the fuck is this? Do not agree. I don't care about a printer thing. Okay, so one of my things me and Dinky were talking about was a guy. Okay, this guy, African American. That's what I gathered from. See, she sent me something from the Blaze. Now, I remember my Aunt Aya told me never trust the Blaze for some reason. Same as Sister Teddy. So I went ahead and Googled it. Sure enough, it was on CBS News where this African American ran up to a white guy and literally, I don't know if he died or not, but literally assaulted this guy with 2 bricks. Now, I'm sorry to say, but this is not right. Now, my cousin did confirm something that moderator Pee Wee said today is there is people out there basically demanding your car, your house, and your wallet. Sorry to say, but this is where this shit's got to stop. I don't support running up and saying, yo, man, you owe me your car. I don't own a car. You lie. I walk everywhere. What do you want? My trike? Sorry, dude, you can't have my trike. Which it's going to be outfitted soon with a motor. Because physically I am having trouble. However, we're trying to find a light motor for it. which will be cool. But that's beside the point. Okay, let's talk. So, and then, the other thing is, I will basically state something that Pee Wee said, and maybe Dinky can shine some light on the story. Dinky lives in Oregon. I'm not going to tell you where. It's none of your damn business, but she is my family. And so one of the things we talked about is, did they find the guy that frickin' got the person that got shot? No, they didn't. However, here's the problem, okay? I don't know, and I'm not going to basically spin it. You guys know I don't want to talk about politics, but I'm bringing this up as a political discussion, all right? And that is, and I'm not talking religion either. I think he doesn't like that, and I don't like it here either. And I respect her wishes, but how the fuck does the police roll down in armored trucks in Kenosha, Wisconsin, with a kid wielding an AR-15? If my cousin owned an AR-15 or Dinky, which thank God they don't, even if they did, it's none of my business. I'm just making a conversation here. I would think the government should have fucking dropped them if they were running down the street after shooting someone with it. I mean, come on. Common sense. The police waving them through. Let's talk about the police for a minute. What the fuck is wrong with these panty waists? They can't do their job. Literally, they can't do their fucking job. I mean, literally, waving someone through after they shoot someone is like, I mean, literally, it just makes me fucking sick, okay? It makes me fucking sick. When will the fucking government step in and say enough's enough? We have the Insurrection Act. Use the damn thing. Oh, I forgot. The Democrats would use something against Trump to use the insurrection law. Now, look, this isn't about my vote. This is about my country. This is about Dinky's country. This is about my cousin's country. This is about Pee Wee's country. But when basically thugs start asking for your wallet, your house, and your car, and whatever else you own, then there's a problem. The American people need to stand up to this bullshit. Are we going to a civil war? Possibly. I mean, literally, it is a scary time to be in America. However, doing research, Richard Milhouse Nixon said he couldn't go to any place. Presidents couldn't go abroad or in any local areas because of the riots, the lootings, and the burnings in the 60s. Look up your history. He did that in a speech. And everyone knows, including Dinky, Nixon was one of my favorite presidents. Even though I wasn't within my time, he still was a great president after his presidency, trying to fix his image. Now, I don't know why, okay, that the president can't do something, okay? I think it has to do with other issues. Now, there's two sides of the coin. Biden says don't do this, and Trump says don't, and then you got, I'm sorry to say, my family's, I know my cousin worked in downtown Portland, so I will say the mayor must be a fucking panty waste if he's pointing the finger saying Trump did this. I mean, literally, he's pointing the finger because guys driving down the street trying to do their First Rights Amendment. However, if the rumors are true, you don't go and fucking shoot people driving down you wouldn't see my cousin in the back of her pickup truck with a paintball gun mounted to her truck and being like, that would be considered violence. And that's not peaceful protest with the Trump flag and American flag. Now, we all know some people love these giant trucks. My cousin's one of them, but my cousin ain't hilljacked that I know of. She's awesome. But I'm saying I don't think she'd be driving around with a paintball gun mounted to her truck or even a 50 cal sniper rifle popped with 10-round mag. Just go, no, she doesn't support violence. She's scared right now. I'm scared. I'm living on an island, okay, and we have a lot of safety. But the problem is the American people. And this is where I wanted to talk today about this. Now, I know Gail was talking about some type of thing with China and Russia and, etc. But this thing needs to be answered. I mean, Pee Wee asked the question the other day, why the fuck aren't we doing anything? Why are we letting this happen? No one knows. That's the thing. I mean, literally, my cousin said the Democrats. Before I go point fingers, I'm going to do extensive research. Now, I've been doing extensive research. I've been doing a lot of emailing. I've been doing a lot of stuff on the side. I took a nap today for an hour. hour and a half. I got up and I had to drink energy drinks to get through because I'm literally tired. I woke up yesterday. I fell asleep during a movie at 3 in the morning. This was early Sunday morning. Then I got up, watched the movie, and then dozed off again, and then dozed off again. So throughout my sleep cycle of like 9 to 5, I slept, little bit, and then got up at like 5. And then I've been up since 5 p.m. yesterday with a 1 hour nap today while watching movies and doing extensive research while Chloe was sleeping. Now, the point is the American people need to know that I do extensive research. However, the problem is, again, as Dinky said, not Dinky, Pee-wee, sorry. Dinky, I'm not putting words in Dinky's mouth. She's family. I don't want her pointing fingers at me. The point is, why the fuck isn't anyone doing it? I mean, literally, we can stop this. Is it a political stunt? I mean, literally, it feels like, one guy like Biden saying, don't do this, we need to heal. And, you got the people in Kenosha saying, don't come. It's just going to make you look bad. And then you look at all these polls and CBN, NBC, CNN, CBS, NBC, ABC. I've been watching those free. All basically talking about the same fucking bullshit. The usual crap, the usual schmeal. We need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do this, we need to do, and then it talks about, how do I put it? Watching all these polls saying Biden's winning. I don't care if Biden's winning. What I care about is the American people, okay? Everyone knows, that when I talk about there's no stimulus checks, like that Robert guy who's like, I'm a joke. Well, I'm not a joke when I'm sitting on my ass while he's not getting off his ass to do research, and yet there is no stimulus. He's like, oh, we're going to get it in August. Well, we're at the end of the month. Now it's, oh, we're going to get it in September. Really? Even if the bill passes September 8th, they wouldn't go out to the end of September. They're talking maybe with a 5% chance stimulus checks will be approved and unemployment bonuses or extensions in October. Fortunately, the problem with that is, again, people don't listen. I mean, literally, that's one reason why I tried to slow down on the videos. People don't realize between my not Dinky, but I had a lot of other family members that are either a Biden side or the freaking Trump side. My email was plugged. This morning, and ever since I did that video, I thank you all family who did see my video, slow down on it. I mean, literally, right now, I have other problems that people need to think about, okay? Now, I do like to poke and prod my cousin-in-law from time to time over little things. I want to let her know the TV will be acquired from Walmart. Chloe's going in to put on layaway on Thursday. Woohoo! The only thing I need to look for now is laptop, and I've been looking at that, but I want to share with you all. I'm supposed to go to Portland next month. My cousin and I forgot what date it is. I gotta call the doctor's office, but the reason I was one of my doctors called me up the other day, and she's been at home mostly. My favorite doctor, Dinky, knows who she is. I won't share it with you because that's none of anyone's business, but my cousin Dinky knows the one that I could say I can marry because she's beautiful. Literally going to divorce and everything else, but she is gorgeous. Anyway, so the problem is with her, she messaged me, and my cousin and I, we don't talk about different things. I don't say, oh yeah, hey babe, what's up? You're cute. You want to talk? I don't say anything. I'm just like, yeah. So right now, laptops are sold out at Costco, and I don't know anything about Best Buy. So, she said I can send her money and do Best Buy. I haven't checked Best Buy in a while, but let me just tell you, laptops are sold out because of schooling and online schooling. Now, my dishwasher is running a second load today. I got 3 loads. I got my electric bill. That little machine's costing me an additional $40 a month. So I told Chloe 20 that's coming out of her side. She's like, fine, because of it. And Ebony's cage was cleaned yesterday, and so we got into the freezer, grabbed some more ground meat. I did an inventory, so we're good for right now. I still got to dig in the bottom for the turkeys. I want to make turkey soup. That's the other thing. And a lot of people are, worried about their stimulus check. What I'm truly worried about, haven't even talked to my family about it. I know my cousin Dinky from time to time, out of love, she's awesome. She was pestering me when she came to visit that I should spend some time writing her, and I was like, I love writing people. I've been writing Jose right now. Unfortunately, the problem with writing Jose is my letters are done with Jose. Unfortunately, I got 3 more to write because I used my stamps on an envelope for Jose. Now I just need to know where my other things went because I want to make sure that Jose gets his letter. Now that's why I'm looking for the rest of the envelopes. Now, a couple other funny stories is my cousin gave me a whole bunch of envelopes, and I'm trying to use up my current envelopes, right? So I got this box of envelopes I bought here, and I buy them in the self-sealing type, made in America. So I got these envelopes left, and my cousin, she's awesome. She's like, "Hey, you need to write me," and I'm like, "Hey, I like to receive letters back." Well, my cousin's funny, She's like awesome. She totally is. But funny is I do a lot of the letter writing to my pen pal, and I do a lot of letter writing to Jose, and I usually take some of these envelopes and pre-make them out for Jose. Stamps and everything's ready. So all I got to do is write the letter, throw it in the envelope, stick it in the mailbox. Now I can do the same with Dinky. Unfortunately, what do I say? Talk about layaway? That'd be totally boring. Talk about computers? Again, boring. Talk about my problems? She knows my problems, but right now it's not easy. She knows this. And I did what my cousin and cousin-in-law said. When I went to the hospital, they said don't give any contact info out. Well, I've been told till I give it, I'm stuck indoors because I might be saved or cured, but because I live with Chloe, they don't want me to take any chances. They don't mind Chloe running around. So if Chloe ended up giving it to people, then they know I still have it, but it disappears in 10 days or so. But they're saying the virus, you can get it again and blah, blah, blah. So, so I've been ordering stuff online, putting together orders. And, people don't realize, this is where it bothers me a lot because we're in a pandemic, and I've been placing orders and making sure our orders come. And one of the problems I truly have in this world right now, my family does my cousin. I told her last night, in a text, have you found? We were talking. I was joking with her about. She's like, oh, supplies are good, plentiful. Well, I said as a joke, can you find a freezer? A bike, maybe, TV, laptop, exercise equipment, or other items like video game systems. She knows I'm a gamer, but now if I paid for a Switch and had her pick it up for me and there was availability, yeah, she would gladly pick one up as long as I paid for it. But, right now it's the only thing keep me going. But, there's other things. Camping equipment sold out. The other day I contacted a trailer company because a project's coming through right now that I've been asked to look into a trailer, and I figured, so I contacted a guy, and this is, the flashlight fell. Okay. Let me talk to you guys for a second. So I contacted a guy the other day in an area for a trailer, and the trailer that I was looking at are all sold out. Washington's about 95% sold out. So I asked him because the Washington dealer's got an Oregon dealer, and I know my cousin's buying a trailer or has a trailer, but as an emergency, I was talking to someone who told me, to go ahead, and they supported me financing one. So I contacted the guy, and he says, fill out all the paperwork, we'll put it through here. You can pick up the trailer in Portland. or in the area. So I was looking at and I'm just hiding the paper here for a second, between a 29 and a 34 foot for myself, and I'm not using Chloe's money. That's the thing. And I figured until things, I won't go into details, but it would be as a bug out that me and my family could use. It's big enough for all of us. Now, I know I'd probably be fighting my cousin for the queen bed in my trailer, but I'd be like, hey, or you could hook up a second trailer jack in the back and tow the little teeny one like towing a boat. But that's extra weight that their truck couldn't do because you can't, they told me when they were visiting, you could tow 18,000 pounds. Well, the trailer's under 18,000. Hell, I can get a fifth wheel, but the problem with the fifth wheel is, me and my cousin, we were joking about it, was, you don't want to put a damn goose hitch on the back of a truck. It's too much work just to get it set up. It costs like $2,000 to put it in or $3,000, and it's not worth it. So what you need is an all ball and hitch trailer and done to go, and in case of emergency, my family and I, we can stay in a trailer. We can actually go to locations where the trailer can be self-sustaining. This would have everything I needed in it. That's why it was between 29 and 34. Now, the 34s are sold out, but he's got 29 to 30 footers, which would be just about perfect with a big enough slide. So I'm thinking as a backup, but that's the only thing I could write my cousin on too. So, she's like, oh, I want to get a letter. And I always joke, well, I'd like the letter back too, and she's like, yeah, you know me. Well, yeah, I know my cousin. She's too damn funny. That's the thing. I always laugh with her. I don't make fun of her. I don't say, oh, yeah, bad doggy, because of it. I just laugh with her because she's awesome. But, I always send out Christmas cards and stuff, and I always joke with her, where's my Christmas card? Next year, or, where's my letter? You know me, or, hey, where's my birthday card? Or I joke with her, poke prodding her with a wooden stick. Like if you find that someone that's dead on the ground, you can poke them and be like, hey, where's my birthday card? Or where's my birthday present? Jokingly, and it's a family thing, When you know someone's family quirks, you just live with it, and it's funny, and you can poke fun at them. I mean, literally, it's the way it is. But honestly, I love my family. But my family turned around today. I'm going to have one of these, by the way. I need to have some energy to wake up. So I went online today with my schooling. We're not going to talk about religion, but I do want to praise the Lord for one thing. And that is I went on to the website for the Washington State's food stamp website. Extended food stamps for September. I know a trans woman who's African American, one of my moderators, who hasn't been getting extended food stamps, I don't think, Texas. This is a Starbucks double shot energy in a can. I'm paying $2.50 a 4-pack, and so I bought 8 4-packs, and I also got to send Chloe out one of these days to replace the milk because we're out. I got plenty of powdered milk. I've just been lazy to make it. She wants to go get some more hamburger. She's going to Walmart on Thursday, so we're going to check out switches and TVs there. I'm staying in because I'm not allowed to leave the island, but that gives me a chance to relax anyways. And told her to go buy KFC. Haven't had KFC or out. I haven't been actually off the island since March. So March to September, go figure. I've been living in this apartment so much, except for the time I went and saw them. So, when they came up, and I'm protecting them. I'm not going to have them knock on their door, So anyways, the problem is, again, is no one knows why, Remember the other day I did a video and I said, hey, when you guys can answer the questions of, and by the way, there's no mail yet. Again, I have informed delivery, so nothing yet. That's why I haven't sent Chloe out except to drop mail off into the outgoing box, and that's it. And Jose's letter's written, so he'll be good. And I got 3 more, and then I'm going to be sending Chloe out on Thursday, or she might go Friday to Walmart, is I'm going to send Chloe to the post office, get her rent And when she's out, I told her not to get a book of stamps. I wanted a roll of stamps. Because I might just sit down and start writing letters to Dinky and asking her dumb questions. Hopefully all my letters she's accumulating in a shoebox. You know, I'm surprised at my cousin-in-law. She's awesome, right? Now, she had some problems in February, and we won't go into detail. Hey, Mark, anyways, I'm surprised because of this whole fucking ordeal with her. She didn't just whip out the shoebox, dump all the letters I wrote, and said, here, read these. I mean, I would have been like, you know, because I remember one time my sister, Caprice, said I was writing nasty letters to my mother. I never wrote any nasty letters. But anyway, she said there was like a huge box of letters I wrote from Australia. I never wrote my mother. I was too cheap on the postage. Fiona and I were too cheap. The letter I did write, I wrote saying, why did my property get stolen? Why did you sell it? Yada, yada, yada. I'm not done. Well, my sister said, oh, and there's this shoebox. I could have given it to APS and you've been hauled off to jail. APS doesn't send people to jail. They just make sure you can't take care of an elderly person. That's all they can do. They can't put you in a group home. They can't put you in a mental hospital. They can't do anything. Hey, Mark, what's up? So basically what's happened was, you know, it's just been a bunch of BS, right? So, you know, the point is I am, you know, just surprised. But, you know, thing is, that's the only thing I can talk about. Travel trailers, camping gear, emergency backup. Now, my cousin's probably sitting, if she's watching, which I know she is. One of the things I want to share with you, okay, that's really bothering me, all right? I don't like to talk about my problems, okay, because I'm a strong girl. I mean, it's like Pee-wee said, I'm strong and pig-headed or stubborn, and I'm strong, and that I feel I am. Unfortunately, there's a few times where I'm weak when it comes to Chloe. But thinking about my backup plan, I'm putting back in plans in fruition, which, like I said, I'm looking to write a letter probably to my cousin and cousin-in-law. One is to my cousin Corey, cousin Behold, to find out, you know, from his perspective, maybe he'll be generous to print out a letter back to me and spend the postage to tell me exactly what he wants to fish. I'm putting together a fly rod for Christmas for him or his birthday. But if I don't get all the info, he ain't getting jack shit. I want to go fishing with him when I get down there. And I got a rod being put together soon. And I'm not sharing with anyone. I'm not going to let anyone use my special rods because my special rods are very expensive. So anyways, let me talk to you about what's bothering me. So what's new, Mark? Not much. How's Cincinnati? Any idiots doing shit there? BLM or other hoodlums? So I saw a report the other day about BLM in Seattle. It disgusted me. Made me sick to my stomach. It was like the entire cities was freaking trashed. And like over the weekend, they didn't. The news didn't report it. They were talking about that Trump tard that drove down the street and got, you know, and started shooting paintballs and instigating violence. I mean, literally, what I see is, okay, this is how I perceive it, okay? Trump tards driving down the road, about 200 Trump tards and pickup trucks, American flags and Trump 2020 flags, shooting paintball and macing people. Now, if I was in front of a truck, I would have been expected to be shot. I mean, if it was my cousin, okay, and he's driving down and I'm blocking it, being a white supremacist piece of crap, I'd expect to be shot, my cousin's not armed, all right, but still, he's a big teddy bear. But you know what I'm saying is, on that aspect, I love my cousin, or they tell me to grow up, that'd be the only thing. But I'm not dumb to get in front of a truck. Someone got in front of a truck, someone hopped out and sprayed mace. So the entire instigation of that thingy was basically the Trump cards, in my opinion. But then again, it was fueled by the African Americans basically fucking wanting war. Well, good. At least they're weeding them out, Literally, it's fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing. So, back to my story. So, I'm still anticipating and pulling up all the information. Now, I told Chloe this the other day, okay? Trump wants to go to Kenosha tomorrow. I'm more worried, okay, I'm more worried. This is one of the things I was reading in my newspapers, my digital papers, the Washington Post and other newspapers. I'm going to tell it like it is. I don't sugarcoat anything. He's going into a war zone. I'm more afraid. Okay, now Pee Wee doesn't realize this, or Dinky, or the rest of my crew here, including you, Mark. But I'm worried about the president's safety. Okay, I don't want anything happening to the man going into a war zone. I mean, literally. I mean, letting him go into a war zone is spelling trouble. I mean, literally, what if these African American blacks decide to take out his cronies in the U.S. Secret Service? That would make everything fucking look worse. And then Biden would say, oh, well, I told him not to instigate it, and all this crap. I mean, literally. The thing is, I'm worried about the president's safety. I'm not worried about what, because these Kenosans aren't going to go away quietly either. So, I'm worried about that, literally. I know other people. I think hopefully Pee Wee's worried about it too. And I hope Dinky is as well, because I'm worried. It'd be like having Dinky's hearing Trump's going to Portland. I mean, that would be basically bad too. Now, the reason I was talking earlier about my favorite doctor and seeing the heart doctor in September, I think it was, is the doctor turned around and called me. And she said, Rita, I understand you want to come and have lunch with me. She says, I want you to ask your family if you can spend 8 hours on a bus with a mask. They won't let you not have a mask unless you're not eating. You have to wear it the whole time. The masks are really bothering me on my breathing. I got a nebulizer now, and I have my inhalers and everything else. I don't smoke, so they don't know why I'm losing breath. But anyways, I got a nebulizer, I got an inhaler, I got all this crap, and yet she's like, I'm worried about you, and the people that work at the hospital has been saying it is safe, but there's people getting mugged and assaulted that they're not talking about, going from Union Station, by the way, all the way to fucking the waterfront district where the hospital clinic is. And there's people getting assaulted, she said, which I have to get this confirmed from my cousin-in-law and cousin at the main big hospital up on the hill. So if it's too dangerous in Portland, I'm not risking my safety to go down there. I'd love to go down there and do fly fishing with my cousin. It'd be about right time for fall fly fishing. But my cousin, on the other hand, I would love to have her. Look at that. Isn't it cute? It's just a cute little bug in a rug or bun. So anyways, back to my story. So, my opinion is I'm just saying the Trumpians or the Trump-tards. I'm still learning about what happened in Portland. Now, the guy that supported Trump, I got to tell you this. What disgusts me, okay, would really disgust me is Donald Trump says the Ku Klux Klan is fine people. Sorry to say, but that, in my opinion, I would not say fine people. Now, I could turn around and say the Ku Klux Klan is a piece of crap, and just to be funny, say the Black Panthers are fine people, or one of those black groups like BLM. But do you think I'd be doing that and being an asshole? No, my family knows that's wrong. Now, having and say that kid is a fine kid running down the street in Kenosha with an AR-15 at 17 years old, mind you, and he's saying it's a fine kid? No. BML is Black Lives Matter movement. If it's true, Mark, it's not going to pay. Matter of fact, there's a couple questions that my cousin and cousin-in-law and Pee Wee actually asked the other day, and my cousin said this too, is when will this stop? When will they arrest them? I mean, I literally asked my cousin today because, I said, hey, he's a noisy little turd, isn't he? Anyways, I love him dearly. But anyways, I asked my cousin if they know or found out and captured the guy that did the killing in Oregon, against, the black person or the Trumper that got shot or whatever. And she says, oh, they know who they are, but they won't arrest him. See, this is a question that Pee Wee answered right now. Okay, Pee Wee asked a logical question. Now, I'm tired of everyone knew I got tired of the emails and everyone pointing fingers, Trump and Biden, Trump and Biden. Right now, I'm not worried about Trump and Biden. What I'm worried about, and this is where it gets complicated, is because people think I'm a panty waste and I'm not, is why the fuck isn't anything being fucking done? If Black Lives Matter is fucking burning down buildings, destroying police cars, firing weapons in crowds, shouldn't we basically fucking either defend ourselves, which, by the way, you can go to jail if you're doing vigilante laws, okay? Secondly is everyone knows Donald Trump ain't king or the Messiah or a prophet yet. If he was, he would get this fucking thing under control. Instead, it makes him look bad too. Not just the Democrats, but the fucking Republicans. Literally, the Republicans are looking bad. The Democrats too. But we're not going to get into politics too much. What upsets me the most is why they fucking, hey Joe, why they fucking won't do anything of the fucking sort. President's got the powers. Use the insurrection law. If he doesn't get off his ass and do anything, he's going to lose. That's the thing. I'm worried about the elections. But I'm only worried about it from a citizen standpoint of view. I don't care because I'm not in a big fucking city. I live on an island. I mean, literally, the island just turned the ferry system off and the airplanes out and bring in supplies once a month, and we'd still be fucking safe here. As long as the power grid's running, we're good to go. Now let's talk about the other problems at peak. The other problems I have is I think it's fucked up if a Trump reporter gets killed, nobody makes a big deal about it. But if a Black Lives Matter, I agree completely. This isn't about Black Lives Matter. It means, to me, it's all lives matter. And if they just want to paint that Black Lives Matter is the only thing, then, but then again, remember what I said. I'm with Dinky, Twigster Dink, my cousin-in-law, who's the original moderator here, told her to join me. Because this has been bothering me to no end that Trump won't do anything about these fucking people. If you have fucking the Army National Guard coming into the location, arrest these fuckers, mow them down. If you have the Army National Guard there, lock and load. We don't need these fucking people getting away with threatening to rob people of their wallets, their car keys, and their fucking houses. It's like they think that they're still slaves and that they demand the white man to pay. We don't owe them jack shit. So the point is that's how I see it. Now back to my problems, okay? As everyone knows by now, and it's something I don't talk about, I've been meaning to send a message to my cousin about it, is the fucking problem we have with our meats. Right now, the farmer is having problems getting the lambs to slaughter, to the slaughterhouse or the meat packaging facilities full till like 2021. So in the meantime, my lamb's getting fatter and fatter and she can't sell it. So she's worried that she's going to have to either give me my money back or try to work something out because, we have like 8 lambs coming month by month. And all of a sudden the meat packing plant's filled up overnight. And she doesn't know why. People want their fucking Wagyu beef and their Kobe beef and their Longhorn, Texas Longhorn beef and, and their chickens and their goats and, their pigs. And she says she's fucking upset to no end. I'm sitting here praying that they can get the slaughter. But if they get too fat, she's going to have to slaughter them anyways and trim all the fat off, which isn't much meat left, and eat them herself, which means she's going to have to grow some more lambs. And each lamb is 8 to 12 months before you slaughter them. Now, I know my cousin doesn't like baby lambs to be slaughtered, but, sometimes you got to eat, And so right now, one of the farmers got yelled at. Literally, she was giving hamburger for $300 a pound. And, sorry, not $300 now, $300 for 30 pounds. Now she's charging $600 for 30 pounds. People are like, we're not going through her. So her vegetables aren't being sold that she had for the market. Her meats aren't being sold. She messaged me and she says, you interested? And I said, no, I'm not interested because you're pricing. She's like, well, you can go hungry then. And I says, I'd rather go hungry than pay $700 for 32 pounds of meat when I can get 2 lambs for $700. She's like, well, we're the only lamb producers there is. But thing is she also said that she had her meats prepackaged and frozen, but after a certain amount in her deep freezer, they'll get freezer burnt. Right now, she's got problems with trying to sell her wares because they're just too expensive. So she's now jacking up the price, and I'm not paying for price gouging. Look, they don't need to be put on a Greyhound bus, Mark. They need to be arrested. Or that someone needs to drop them all because, technically we're going to have civil war on our hands soon. I think me and my cousin-in-law were talking about that tonight. I asked her to explain the war. Is it going to be a racial war or is it going to be civil war? I mean, in the past, racially biased or, people were racist, but it was not known that much. It was about job discrimination. But now it's to the point where people are fucking getting worse and worse. And it's sickening. It's sickening to no end. And because of it, I can't stand the American people being shit on. Literally. I mean, literally. The blacks, they're saying the blacks are getting the coronavirus and Hispanics. Oh, well, maybe something in your genome. It's like that rare hepatitis. There's a rare hepatitis, I think it is, that only affects blacks, I think it is. I can't remember if it's hepatitis or something else, but anyways, or it might have been something, a rare blood disorder, some type of anemia, sickle cell anemia. I think it was anemia that's only, as hubby used to say, only targeted blacks. Well, they don't need to be in jail. They need to be in prison, Mark. Jail and prison are two different stories. They need to be in prison. But problem is, the government ain't doing anything. That's the thing. If you have to watch the video in Kenosha where they're waving the police down, prison, not jail. Jail's 2 years or less. Prison's 2 years or more. I know the justice system, even though I've never been arrested, still 2 years, right? So what happened? The American people turned around, and the police were waving this kid through, running down the street with AR, and he's just running down the street as armor-plated trucks were driving past him like nothing happened. While he's running down the street with an AR-15, that's where I think things are getting bad. That's the thing. Now, the problem is let me explain something to you. Now, one of the questions I asked in a previous video, no one can answer. Okay, no one can. My cousin couldn't even answer when we visited. We were talking, about ammo shortages and gun shortages. Well, people are worried. Blacks are now purchasing guns in droves. That's the thing. They say there's more blacks purchasing firearms now than whites. And the firearm companies aren't even running at 50% capacity. I mean, I inquired about getting a couple 1911s for self-defense, and they told me I'm on a waiting list. Then I got to wait for the permit, my concealed permit again, because they're being dicks. They think because me enjoying a little too much grog, anyone drinking alcohol, the police here think they should be stripped of their guns because, you're a boozer. I mean, literally. I mean, I asked the police the other day. So I said, if my entire family's alcoholics, right, and they like alcohol, I have family all over. They should be stripped. They were like, yes, they should have their guns stripped. That's under the influence. Really, I bet you drink beer. We should strip you of your fucking guns, is what I told the sheriff. He said, watch where you're talking. I said, no, it's freedom of speech, you jackass. And I'm not under arrest. I'm telling you it like it is. But yeah, they want to have the state to go through all the mental records and everything else. And besides that, my cousin said, I told my cousin, Chloe had the Secret Service, and they demanded me to get rid of the weapons, and they demanded it. And but the thing is here's the real fucking problem with the fucking government, okay? You shouldn't be getting rid of your weapons, okay? And two is, Secret Service know damn good and well that fucking no one can get close enough to the fucking commander-in-chief to do anything anyways. Everyone knows this. So they shouldn't even be investigating on any of the fucking crimes. I mean, look at it. 99% of them are fucking mentally ill. They look the other way. But the 1% they think is a threat, They'll go in, do a fucking raid, strip you of everything because they think that 1%'s the problem. I didn't say you were a boozer. I'm saying the sheriff told me that if my entire family, talking about my entire family, as my mom was a drunk, as Uncle Butch was a drunk, as Roger was a drunk, as, talking about mom's blood family, and I came through on my mom's side, and they think I'm an alcoholic, that alcoholics like me, as they call me a drunk, shouldn't have firearms. So they were arguing with me about permits. And yet to get a concealed carry permit, and in the state of Washington, they want to access every fucking medical record for the last 50 years. So if you went to a mental clinic, nope, no gun for you, you're unworthy of it. Fucking dicks. So technically, they said they want to get a new law passed in the state that crossbows and black powder weapons are illegal for anyone on the mental health spectrum. I know Cam said he's got a crossbow. In this state, they want to strip everything. I said, well, I'll just get a big old knife and sword. Well, they want to pass a law that swords can be banned too, because you don't want to walk down the street with a samurai sword on your back now, do you? Fucking liberal fucking state. This is why I've been begging my family to help me find a way out of this fucking hilljack state. I mean, look, let me put it this way, okay? I protected my family's interests on contact tracing. The governor said that no one can leave the fucking state if they have been affected or was affected by this fucking disease. You must stay in your house. You can't go out. You don't give contact tracing. You're basically under house arrest under the governor's orders. And yet the governor is only keeping everything at stage 2. So businesses are slowly failing. Look at my wine company emails. Let me talk about that for a minute. My wine company's emailed me and said, yo, Admiral. I said, hey, Commander, what's up? You need some wine? I said, yeah. Might as well refill the pantry. And the commander said, loved your family, loved how your cousin tried to throw you under the bus. That was the most entertaining I had in a long time. I said, look, Commander, I'm under house arrest pretty much. He says, I know. Rumors got around town. Police are saying if you even walk out to your mailbox, you'll be arrested. And they'll throw an ankle bracelet on you. So I said, I'm sending Chloe out. They don't have any fucking worries about Chloe. But I told the officer that fucking put me in my place when I put that little bastard in his place the other day. I said, look, if you want me under house arrest, how do you know Chloe ain't going to be fucking walking around everywhere and transmitting it herself if you're afraid that I have it? I mean, wouldn't it be fucking common sense? They told Chloe she couldn't even leave the fucking island to go grocery shopping at Orcas. I told Chloe, Friday, go to Walmart. If they have any problems, they can beat down my door and I'll deal with them myself. I'll do a royal ass kicking if I have to, because frankly, I'm not tolerating the fucking governor's orders. I mean, literally, I even asked the sheriff, can I leave to go to a doctor's appointment? Nope. So you're telling me I have to stay in my house, and if I have a heart attack and die, then my family can turn around and sue your ass for millions. He said, if that happens, we'll gladly pay your family millions. I said, so you want to get rid of me? He said, no, but you're not giving in the county what we need. I said, the county can kiss my ass. And then the county can kiss my family's ass because I'm not giving it to anyone. Literally. I mean, they really wanted to know. Okay, they could have went straight through the hotel, but they didn't. However, the hotel's the funniest story too. I went up, I called the hotel up, talked to my friend there. She apologized to me wholeheartedly. Apparently there's some complications at the hotel, and well, let's just say I asked about renting a room, and she's like, well, we can't do it right now for you. And I'm like, why? There's nothing wrong with the room. We didn't party in the room. You know how it is. They just bitched about this and that. But they could have went to the hotel and said, oh, what's Rita's cousin's name? But the hotel, I didn't say anything or nothing. But they could have went to the hotel to get the info. They didn't do shit. So instead, he says the governor's orders is to contain this by having you stay at home. My advocates, my cousin said to me the other day, well, why isn't your advocates working with you? Well, I'll tell you what's going on, my advocates. So my advocates are upset with me, okay? Chloe went out and donated a donation, okay? Now, Chloe basically helped with me with the hotel and had my cousin come out, the ferry fee and the gas and everything. It was great seeing him. Anyways, problem is, I don't think my cousin heard the story, so I'm going to share it with you guys again to reiterate it. So one night, Chloe got mad, put a hole in the door. Advocate came out because I was at the park. Police, someone was following me. Called the sheriff. Sheriff found me there and asked me what happened. I said, none of your business. He says, well. So I told him, Chloe put a hole in the door, yada yada. Well, he called the advocate. Advocate picked me up, took me home. After signing a piece of paper, I couldn't tell them where I was going. Put me in a hotel where I wouldn't even put my cousin up. Fucking rooms are 7 foot by 11 foot. A double bed in the corner with a little table. Enough room to hop off on one side and you go into a little bathroom that's a little bigger than a fucking outhouse. No sink there. And you turn the fan on. It sounds like a fucking old propeller, World War II propeller plane, like a B-52. And then on top of that, pay attention, everyone. Then the TV didn't work. The Wi-Fi didn't work. The fucking place had mice in it. I was watching mice. Moppy was trying to go after it. It made me sick. Then on top of that, the place had fucking spiders in the corners. And before I even sat there, I sat on the floor looking at the top of the bed where they only put a bed sheet there. They didn't even put a comforter. And I was watching bugs on the bed. I picked up ebony and I picked up everything, walked to the front desk and said, you can have this hellhole of a room. Fuck you is what I told the manager. Manager said, okay, calls up the advocate. Well, I'm walking home and my fucking phone already that day fucking fell on concrete when I was talking to my advocate at her place. The screen was completely cracked. I couldn't even use it. I was getting splinters in my finger. So I went to lean over because I'm carrying about a 25-pound cage here with ebony in it while it's pouring down rain. Sheriff's going back and forth, not even paying attention, My wallet fell out. They put it in evidence, for me to get it. The police officer delivered it like a Monday morning. Monday afternoon when I was looking for it. Everything worked. I was panicked. He said, oh, here it is. We found it on the side. Someone turned it in. Anyways, as I was walking, my fucking phone fell in a puddle. Besides cracked screen, the phone just went dead, so I had to order a new one. Well, the advocate tried calling me to go back to the hotel. So instead, I felt like I was a slave and prisoner in that fucking room. That fucking room wasn't even meant for my fucking dog, literally. And he's like, oh, okay, and then calls the advocate. I told the advocate I'm not staying in a place that's fucking roach infested. Chloe turned around and was pissed. Chloe turned around, thumped the fucking advocate one so bad that she went out and donated a nice little chunk of money, about $1,000, to the advocacy that does domestic violence. Advocate turned around and said, well, you're on your own because, this donation, and they help anyone. The director talked to me. I told him what happened. The director was furious. They have like 6 halfway houses basically. Like they rent a house from my friend Heather and they have it set up for halfway houses. But they didn't want to put me in one of their houses over the weekend because, they might need it for some family member that got abused. So what the fuck happened? Into the Roach Motel. Nope. He was so furious, he had words with her. And this is an advocate that always comes by sometimes and says, oh, you need groceries? Here's my card. Go do it. I'm stuck here at home. Now she thinks, well, you're under house arrest. I don't want to deal with you because you're so contagious. And the other advocate's like, do you need groceries? Do you want us to pick us up some meats for you? There is no meats available at the co-op that I get my meats. I can't even get cucumbers. They're sold out. So I can't get cucumbers. I can't get fucking meats. The lamb sold out. They got hamburger, lamb, and beef boxes where the farmer is now basically raising her fucking prices because she thinks she can fucking milk the thing. She hasn't sold any of it. Since I've been going through the co-op in April, she hasn't sold many of those lamb boxes or the fucking beef boxes or the ground hamburger box special where you get 30 pounds of ground hamburger. I bought 2 things of ground hamburger, but we're running low on hamburger. And I don't want to pay $600 for 30 pounds of fucking hamburger. I refuse. So I'm going to have Chloe go to Walmart and to the other and Safeway and to the other island. And we're going to buy some fucking meats. And we're going to put a stockpile for a month. And we will get by it through this pandemic. I just checked today, the food stamps have been extended. My point is the advocates won't do anything. And so the advocate emails me and says, oh, we heard a report that Chloe was being abusive the other day, hitting the bed, and the sheriff was notified, and he notified us because you didn't notify us. Well, the problem is Chloe doesn't come with the volume control. And so what is it? So I talked to the manager. She said the only evictions on the list right now, and this is where it's bothering me, is everyone. Not just me. I didn't tell my cousin, oh, I'm going to be evicted. No, everyone. And Chloe's mom doesn't realize, you won't be evicted. Well, I had the manager call Chloe's mom. And apparently the manager said, look, no one out of 9 people, Rita and Chloe, paid their rent. Out of 150 plus units in 5 fucking buildings. We got taxes to pay, property taxes. Even my cousin Dinky has a house. She can't get away with property taxes. She's got to pay them just like the management company. Like my entire families that own houses, okay? Property taxes, water, sewage, garbage. All's got to pay. They also have mortgages on the 5 buildings. They got to be paid. Only 9 people are paying in the last 7 months. They're going to have to evict everyone to sell the property because they have no choice. No one's paying. Manager accused me of being a drunk the other day. Tells you realize the fucking next door neighbor who assaulted Chloe is fucking buying cases and cases and cases. She confirmed it with Commander Dave. Dave's been supplying the wine, delivering it to the house. She's been buying bucket loads of wine. The recycling bin is about half wine bottles and half beer bottles and not enough room for cardboard boxes. So we've been breaking down what we can as soon as we can and throwing it in there before she fills it up. And we've been recycling our pop cans, our plastic bottles, our milk jugs when we can. I mean, that's why we have recycling bins, but still. Thing is, the manager told me outright that they're going to have to sell the buildings and we're going to all have to split because they can't make it. And this is why she did not like the eviction moratorium. They evicted early in the terms, we wouldn't have this problem. But no, everyone is going to be affected. So not just 40 million people. I mean, I have a reason why I can worry about it. I'm going to be fucking homeless. Look, I just saw a report the other day. My cousin Dinky, Mark, stated that a 1-year-old and a 5-year-old. I know the 1-year-old, I confirmed this wasn't from Dinky, but a 5-year-old was killed by a BLM member. A 5-year-old. What did the fucking 5-year-old do? Nothing. He didn't deserve to die. What did the fucking infant in the stroller do? Nothing. Again, he didn't deserve to fucking die. Yes, I told Chloe about 20 times about the dream, all right? Thing is that was one weird dream, and the only way I'm going to die is if I have a heart attack from too much fucking stress. Oh, excuse me for a minute. I better answer Jose real quick. Now, that's a guy, I hate the fucking auto spell in this. I'm just asking Jose a question. Okay, so I got his letter ready. I'm ready to write my cousin Dinky one eventually, but my point is the American people need to ask themselves truly, when will this fucking end? I'm not talking about Chloe and, the advocates. The advocates are too fucking busy. They're both fucking getting grants, okay? Fucking domestic violence advocate and the reason that domestic violence knows that Chloe did the donations to fucking thump her because of the room. She's pissed. She was put on notice. Second reason is the advocates are too damn busy because the states are giving counties money for these groups to help pay people's fucking rent and food. And the advocate said a lot of them are boozers. They're the liquor in the grocery stores. The one store, they just ran out of beer recently, but when me and my cousin went through it, they were pretty damn stocked, but now they're empty again. And it's like as soon as the thing's filled, they run out within 4 days or 3 days, and they got to restock it. And supplies are expensive here. So they got to figure out who gets these grants. And also some of the churches applied for these grants to help people with their food, and the Red Cross and other advocacy groups. And because of it, they're so damn busy trying to pay people's rent because they don't want to be evicted. And they're like, well, we can help with 1 month, but that doesn't help when you have $6,000 or $7,000 accumulated in rent or more. I mean, literally, one black lady demanded fucking GoFundMe, and she got it paid within 24 hours. She had the entire amount paid for, and that's it. GoFundMe. Now, I know my family and we go round and round and GoFundMe. I've tried a couple times because I knew I might be homeless. Doesn't work. I'm just a fucking weird freak of the family where no one would help me out on a social network like GoFundMe. So I don't even bother. But if you're an African American that's fucking 800 pounds and have 2 or 4 kids and you're going to be homeless, oh yeah, we better help, But my problem is, and this is where I always talk about it, I'm not talking bad against the African Americans. I'm just saying somehow and the Hispanics, again, they get the help too. People like me, we get screwed around. But here's the fucking problem, okay? With the GoFundMe, and my family knows this wholeheartedly, my own fucking opinion, is if my family needed help, I would do everything I can to help them. But here's the problem. Because I'm different in the spectrum, no one wants to help me. They'd rather see me die in the streets, in the cold, than help me. But most of the people, including my cousin and cousin-in-law, the economy's hurting to no end. And because of it, there's people out there that told me I should invest in Super Chat. When I get 10,000 subscribers, I can have Super Chat, which means people can post comments and give money to me. Fortunately, I find Super Chat to be useless because I was in a group the other day watching the Republican National Convention, and this guy got about $10,000 in 1 day in Super Chats. $10,000. Every day for 4 fucking days. I told Poppy, I said, the motherfucker's rich. He sits there and someone asks him a question like, who do you think's going to win? Blah, blah, blah. Donates 100. He ignores it. The guy donates $250 to get his name up there. Again, the guy ignores it. Finally, he's like, look, I fucking did too. Then the guy comes back and says, oh, I'm so sorry. Well, he's made $400 on one fucking guy. I mean, there's people dumping $1 and there's people giving $20, some $50, some $100. The guy was racking in money and he was fucking blatantly ignoring the fucking guy. I mean, literally. And then he's like, if you go to my website, you can get X amount off my program and you can subscribe and see secret videos and everything else like a Patreon account. Again, the problem is how many fucking people in this world has extra money. And I'm going to use the restroom real quick, and then I'm going to continue. Because, frankly, that's the question. If people are fucking struggling on unemployment, trying to make ends meet, how are they going to fucking donate $5 or $10? Look at fucking Bad Bunny. Now, yeah, $5 if you're at home unemployed. I'm giving you free content. You should give me $5. I could say the same thing, then I'd be a bad YouTuber complaining that you guys don't give me money. I don't ask for money. What I ask it for is for people to listen to what I have to say. I mean, the Twitch user / YouTuber, Bad Bunny, Bad Juju, demands that she spends 8 hours on YouTube or Twitch and thinks that if you have your last $5 and you need it for a cup of coffee or a Big Mac or a McDonald's burger, you should fucking get money. No. My point is, if this economy is going down the shitter, okay, and there's riots, and there's lootings, and there's murders, or as we call it, burning, looting, murders, BLM, then why isn't people going to donate to GoFundMe or the Super Chats or whatever? Think about it. Everyone is hurting. And then you got these people that are doing GoFundMe going, I could get my second stimulus check on the government, so GoFundMe, I need $1,200. It's like, literally, it's like a friend of mine the other day, all right? I'll tell you a story without giving names, all right? Friend of mine the other day, okay? I love them to death. They're extended family. I'm not going to tell you the whole story, but I will tell you stuff without giving names. What? What did CNN say? Yeah, well, CNN also said that to make Trump feel better. I'm a CNN correspondent inside CNN at Washington Post. The truth of the matter is Trump's losing by record margin. They are, because remember what happened the last time? The media was so hyped, said that Hillary was going to win and also Trump made one big time. That's why they're anyways, I gotta go back to my video. Yeah, well, I'm going to make my video. I'm still washing pans, by the way. Yeah, well, I'm washing pans. Then when that's done, I gotta wash the top pie pan. Just one. There's brown lamb, brown hamburger. I think I'll just eat the lamb after I plug it for you. But I'm not ready to get it. I will be ready when I'm ready. Maybe after Pop's call. But I need to make the point. I'm doing a video, so I don't want my fucking subscribers to go away. I am, right now. Right. All right, so my point is, so a friend of mine was talking about GoFundMe, okay, about a family problem. So what happened was, I can't talk about her personal problems, but in the end, I was trying to talk some common sense into her out of love, and I said, look, certain things happen by government standards, and even if you got the money together for the lawyer, they might not even rule in the favor of you anyways. And so, to me, I tried to tell her that the outcome right now in this economy is going to look pretty damn bad. Well, she's all positive that it'll work for her. Well, so be it. I just want to be a negative Nancy in that course, I already explained the dream the other day in a video, Joe. You weren't around. The dream Joe had was this, all right? I want to get this out of the way so I can continue without having a brain fart. Joe had a dream I died of a heart attack on my couch. Now, I don't have a couch, okay? I have a couch that's converted to a bed. And on the couch bed's a mattress. And on the couch bed mattress, I got a pillow top mattress on the top, which raises the bed up. And I use that to watch TV and sleep. The bed's comfortable. Now, 2, Chloe got depressed apparently in the dream and took pills and killed herself. She doesn't have pills, so oh well. But still, you get the idea. And then Joe was in between us holding our hands as we're dead. Weird dream, The only way I'm going to have a heart attack is if Chloe gives me one. Or the YouTubers. So, But anyways, back to my story. So, as you all know, I'm worried about the fucking problems with the farmer. Have meat, can't get. Don't want to pay extra money for meats. Farmers are raising the prices. Well, the one farmer is. Everyone else is going through other farmers. But the other farmers are running out of meat because they can't get their cows to slaughter. So they're going to have to either slow down the cows feeding or hope they don't get too fat to go to the market next year. I mean, literally what we're dealing with is fucking a lot of problems, and I'm worried about the lamb. And so to me, I'm really worried. And that's something that people don't realize. They're like, oh, you shouldn't worry about it. You shouldn't worry about it. I should worry about it because it's my fucking food. And people don't realize it's my fucking food. And so to me, I wanted to share that with you all. All right. And so, because of it, I'm having to change course in food supplies and trying to limit what I need to get. I mean, literally, and only get the basics and stay away from buying the rest, And on top of that, I'm worried. I'm literally fucking worried. People don't realize that I don't need to worry about a fucking election. What I need to fucking worry about is my food supplies. I mean, I can get canned foods, but they say tin and copper and aluminum, are higher and harder percentage, so it's harder and harder to get. The recycling plants are only working at 25%. So a lot of people that recycle rinse out their aluminum cans after they buy beans is not recycling fast enough. Same with plastic bottles and stuff. So they're trying to reuse the aluminum and they can't. So, the problem is again, it's complicated. It is fucking complicated. But the thing is, my family doesn't realize how much stress I'm going through in this pandemic, besides being locked up, basically, and, um, dealing with Chloe's problems and then dealing with the lamb and dealing with Chloe's mom who says, oh, well, you paid the rent. You're entitled to live there. Yeah, but the manager can give it 30 days and say, out. You're both being evicted for, say, Chloe being too noisy or just out because the building has to be sold. Everyone goes bye-bye. I mean, the manager can do that, but under the eviction moratorium, she can't. But no one's paying the rent. I am. I email her and I'm like, oh, yes, here's the rent. She's like, thanks, here's a receipt. And that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Unfortunately, I'm looking at backup options, I mean, the reason I was looking at backups is just in case my family and I have to bug out together, there's a big enough trailer for all of us. Not thinking about Chloe, actually. I'm thinking about me and my family. Chloe said if that happens, she can probably go home, but that'll be really nice. Eviction more. And if it's an eviction due to the fact that they can't pay the rent, the manager said that they'd be losing money in the court. So they just give a 30-day for everyone for sales. And then they have to wait until after the 30 days to see if everyone left. And if everyone left accordingly, then they could basically sell the property due to the fact that they're losing money. I mean, literally, that's the truth of it. They're losing fucking money. They're losing money left and right. No one's paying the rent. I mean, I'm scared. I'm literally scared. That's the other thing. I'm worried. I am literally worried to no end, and, on top of that, as I said, prepare for the worst. Either the stock market's going to crash, everyone's going to lose their retirements, Elon Musk is going to be in the poorhouse, Bill Gates is going to be in the poorhouse. Well, actually, I think some of them are stockpiling gold, but you get the point. Even Warren Buffett's stockpiling gold right now, silver. Makes you wonder. But there is going to be a reset soon in the currency and dollars that you carry. My family used to say, carry cash, right? Well, what if the fucking banks reset itself and there is no more cash? Then who's going to use what? I mean, literally. I mean, that's why I'm keeping silver on hand. But the problem is, again, is the American people need to realize that we are suffering. We are literally suffering, So I think that's what I'm looking for. Right? Yep. There we go. So I'm just checking something real quick for what's available. So I always check. So silver went up $1, gold went up $18.50, platinum went up $90.80, and palladium went up $62. And palladium, is one of those rare coins, So what you got to do is, if you're interested in coins, I'm just checking my coin shop real quick, is like here, if you have the money and you got the money, you can buy 500 silver coins for 18 grand. But what I buy isn't that. Now, you don't want to pay $3,200 for a silver bar. Now, for some of you out there wondering about silver bars and silver coins, I'll tell you what you do. You turn around and you don't buy any bars. Ooh, there's a $5 1 ounce Canadian maple leafs. They're really good to buy too, but they're in so the search, you put in two things. You put the search for, I'm going to put boxing, right? And it'll tell you exactly what you're looking for. So like this, you got this, and then you can downsize it to this, cutting its surface down. And then you go down here, right? And you can see this here's a box. And it says here, you're paying either 17,000 or 18,000, depending on what coin you want. Maple Leaf is the second best. Now, the other thing is you put in tub, right? Tub, like bathtub. And you look down here, okay? And you look over here, and the tubs that you can buy, right, is like here. Okay, here's an example. You can get 20 around to 20 coppers. Copper's cheap, by the way. It'd be a good starter for some people. Is approximately $20. Okay, and they're out of stock, literally. So if you look at these things out of stock, for example, you can't find any. People say, "Oh well, So what you do is you look for in stock right here. So right now, the tub of 20 coins, we always buy 20 at a time, is approximately $722. So silver went up about $100 for those coins. The problem with doing coins, okay, is coins are easy. You can sell them off one at a time or the rounds. You see, if you buy any, like this is a tub of silver eagles. That's that, right? Yeah, silver eagles. Close. So the tubs of silver eagles right here. I say close. I don't care. You buy one tub, it's $734, and you get 20 silver eagles, and they're 2020s. Fortunately, and this is from the U.S. Mint. Now the Canadians have the maple leaf, and you can get a tub of those, but they're sold out. People like the Canadian. They're easy to sell off one at a time, and you don't need to buy bars. Now, if you buy gold bars, what happens is you turn around and you have to sign a waiver, and you have to fill out tax forms. Either you get gold bars or gold or silver or platinum bars. You got to basically put on your tax forms a special tax form that you have this that you're sitting on, because they want to tax you if it goes up. So if you say you spend say you paid $3,200 for one giant 100-ounce bar, right, of silver, and you sit on it for 10 years. Every year they go through and they see what you paid for it and how much money it's earned you in 10 years, and they tax you for it. But if you basically buy coins, coins are exempt. So if you keep silver coins in your safe and you pay $300 or $600 a roll, eventually, you could buy it, the way it is. Silver will go up a lot higher than gold. Gold, they'll probably try to block again and take every gold coin away. But when the reset happens, silver is going to be a commodity. I know people say, well, you should buy food and you can trade for it. The problem with trading is you need to have a secure location to trade your food. With me, I wouldn't trade food anyways. You just got to make sure you keep coinage on hand. Food is, a secondary. Now, if money goes useless and it goes reset mode, how are they going to get food, huh? If they have paper. Paper wouldn't buy anything. Silver will, but they made the silver dollar. Okay, here's the problem with the Treasury. Okay, the Treasury tried to screw you over, okay? The Treasury does this, all right? Here's the problem with the Treasury, all right? Now, I want to share with you a little trick. And this is something that people don't realize, they stockpile a lot of gold and silver, right? Now, I don't know if anyone knows this, but if the government banks reset, okay? Resets, mind you. And there is no way to sell your gold and silver and you can't eat it. Then what happens? Good night, Mark. Then what happens? Shops are closed. Say my cousin Dinky starts a shop that takes silver and gold, right? That business, I have a family member in Florida that owns a coin shop. She said if they ever reset the banking system, which they're talking about it, yeah, I'll be around tomorrow, maybe, Mark. I got spreadsheets to do tomorrow, probably live. So what happens? Basically, she loses her business and she can't sell coins, and the banks fail. That means other things. I mean, they're basically saying prepare for the worst. You're gonna have civil war. You're gonna have bank reset. You're gonna have your monetized money is gonna be gone. When the banks fail, what happens to the people in mortgages? I mean, literally, there's a lot of questions you got to ask about. Unfortunately, no one knows, right? So a lot of things happen, and to me, it doesn't make sense. So, but anyways, the secret is to prepare for the worst. That is what I've been trying to teach you guys. Fortunately, the thing about what I was trying to explain to my cousin-in-law is I made a statement to my the sheriff saying, well, I come from a background of alcoholics. That's how I put it. And the sheriff says anyone who's an alcoholic shouldn't own a gun. It's under the influence, and you fill out a form. It's like saying that you're a pot user and you can't have a gun. He says if you're using pot, you're not supposed to have a gun. That's a controlled substance, and to us, you don't qualify for a gun. That's what he said, pretty much. And I was going to argue with him, but arguing with him is like arguing with a stump. But they want to know everything. If you have an AR-15, you have to take a course with it, get a permit for it, get this permit, that permit. Literally, they want to make once the election's over, they want to make sure that a fucking person turns around and gets a And the other thing is the guy said to me he thought I'd get a gun and use it against Chloe. I'm not a violent person. I used to have a concealed carry. I mean, literally, it's been back and forth, back and forth. Oh, well, we need all your mental records and your physical records, your health records, and everything. It's none of your fucking business, you fucking cocksucking pig. You shouldn't have all those records. Why do you think I wanted to move to fucking Oregon? At least there you can walk in and walk out one day, not like there where they want to make it fucking 30-day wait while they fucking sit on their ass and rotate. And if you have a permit, they want to change it to 10 days for a fucking the wait period. I mean, literally, fucking state has gone too fucking controlative. Oh, you have the virus. You must be holed up in your house until we tell you you're ready to be free. Yeah, literally. So I asked the sheriff the other day, I said, the manager has to evict everyone. Can we leave the island then? He goes, yeah. We don't want you being homeless here. We arrest you all and the jail would be filled. Jail's too small. Plain and simple. You see what I'm saying? Literally. I mean, we're in a fucking pandemic of massive proportions. Literally. And people don't realize we got civil war coming down the pipe. We got a banking crash, stock market crash coming down the pipe. A Great Depression. There's 3 fucking problems here. Why do you think I talk to my family? And I'm going to write a letter to that effect because, my family should realize I'm looking at a trailer. I'm not looking for a trailer for me. I'm looking for a trailer for us as a unit because as my cousin joked, oh, well, if something happens, we'll come to you. Well, they're more than welcome to come here. If worse shit comes to the head, and because they live way outside, way out in the sticks in Oregon. Okay, I'm not going to give the location. But they live out in Timbuktu. Okay, and because of it, I know she's joking. And because of it, if those fucking Antifa and BLM start to do shit all over in her community, it's time to bug out. I live on an island. We don't have blacks. We have 3, and they're very polite people. So where was it I saw one? Oh yeah, it wasn't Moses. I know I was in Quincy. Black guy was driving a Corvette that he earned. Great guy too. Is a sweetheart. We always talk to him too, me and hubby. But great guy. But anyways, not everyone's great. The problem is you got Antifa and you got BLM, and they want to fucking raise hell. And I said you can always bug out here. We, as a community, the only problem we have is the emergency situation is if it gets bad enough, they can shut down the ferries, which means nothing comes in, and they can try to bring in a specialty semi-truck that'd be armor-plated. That's what I heard. It would bring our supplies in, mail, packages, everything, in an armored truck. And the ferry would run a fleet of semis on the ferries once a month. Otherwise, the ferries would be docked or anchored to a point where people would be, the ferries would be secure, but we wouldn't be literally leaving the island until this pandemic's over, or the depression or whatever, because it's pretty damn bad, and because of it, the American people, I mean, we live 90 miles from Seattle, and a lot of shit's happening in Seattle, and a lot of things are happening north of Seattle, Everett, Linwood, Edmonds, south of Seattle, Tacoma, Renton. The other day, 2 people got shot, apparently killed by Black Lives Matter in Renton, Tukwila. A friend of mine messaged me on that. He said, "What's the world coming to?" Where did I put my phone? I want to make sure I have it with me. Don't tell me I left it in the bathroom, probably. Hold on a second. I left my phone in the bathroom. So let me tell you a story, everyone. My phone wasn't in the bathroom, so it's right there. See, it's black, so I can't see it. So here's the deal, okay? A lot of people out there, okay, post Trump's gonna win, Trump's the Messiah, Trump's the savior. He's just a man, okay? However, people sit there and they ask me, why can't Trump do anything against BLM? I'll tell you the exact answer, okay? To an exact science, all right? Pay attention. And I don't want people to say, "Oh, well, he's going to do something. Yeah. He's going to save his campaign." He can't save jack shit right now, okay? And I'm not going into politics, but I'll tell you what's going on from my perspective. Louis DeJoy, for example, goes into Congress, yada, yada, yada. Something happened, yada, yada, yada. All of a sudden, today, they're subpoenaing him for his records because he won't budge. They're going to force him to give his records. Donald Trump knows this. Donald Trump knows this, literally. Donald Trump sits there and says, well, I'm going to Kenosha because I'm going to buck the odds. I'm worried about the president going there. I'm worried something might happen to him. Literally, that's how I feel. He shouldn't jeopardize his safety just to make a point for a campaign. Plain and simple. I mean, these Black Lives Matter could do something to Secret Service agents for all we know, and it would scare the shit out of me. Literally, it worries me to no end. I'm worried about that to no end. He's our commander-in-chief. I worry. I literally worry to no end. 2, if Donald Trump knows if he does anything against the Democratic states, they will fucking sue. Look at the post office. 20 states filed lawsuits, including my cousin Dinky's state, Oregon. They filed against him for mail-in ballots. Mail-in ballots cause fraud, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Bam, just like that lawsuit. He knows this. Goes the same with Mike Pompeo. No secretary or others go and campaign for Donald Trump. Now, Mike Pompeo might be either charged with whatever it is, false tampering or whatever, but the Senate or the Democrats are pushing for it. And the Democrats are pushing for it. Now, here's the problem with the Democrats, how stupid the Democrats are, okay? The Democrats are dumb. Mind you, I blame both parties for no more stimulus checks, but I'm not asking for one. I blame it for the unemployment. Economy is tanking, and I'm going to talk about the economy in a minute, but let me give you an example, all right? Let me give you an example, okay? There's a false safety net of the economy, and I'll explain my wording there in a second, but he basically turns around, right? He goes and does something or other, right? Some type of executive order or something. It's going to be challenged, and he knows it. So he's hoping that these people get fear that he's going to send in federal agents to take care of the problem, or the army. Now, some governors are being pushed, basically, like Wisconsin and Florida and Massachusetts is being pushed by the governor, even though some are Democrats, some are Republicans, are pushed by the president to basically go in and be acting Secretary of Homeland Security to turn around and bring in the Army National Guard to take care of it. Once the Army National Guard gets involved, federal agents, they have a right to shoot people that aren't following the thing and arrest them. But then these people can turn around, shoot them all, and then leave the body stacked up. So guess what? It'd be basically a blatant civil war. Federal agents and the Army against fucking citizens.
When this send out?
Oh, yeah, tomorrow.
I can drop it in the mailbox now.
Sure. You take Moppy out again?
Yeah, I'm going to take him out.
Let me guess, you want a pinch.
No, give him a key.
So basically, here's the deal. So basically, President Trump knows that that anything he does right now to the election will fucking make him look bad if he turns around and fucking he knows the Democrats will pull out the legal card for everything that they do. Louis DeJoy, same thing with the Postal Service. Mike Pompeo, another legal card. I think it was like contempt of Congress or something. But anyways, you get the idea. All this shit, right? They're just going to start stacking up, make the people believe it. And people will. And meanwhile, the people are saying, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. We need peace. We need quietness. We need freedom. We need happiness. Instead, he's turning around and fucking adding fuel to the fire. And, the Democrats, they're basically saying, don't do this. And, Donald Trump, just shut up and don't instigate the fire. You're racist, blah, blah, blah. So both parties are fucking backing each other and fighting each other. Meanwhile, Black Lives think that, whatever. The thing is, Biden's not going to defund the police no matter what. Everyone knows this. He might have a plan, but again, he's got to be elected first. Meanwhile, Donald Trump's doing everything he can. He wants to undermine the security of the country. I mean, look at Biden today. Do you feel safe in a Donald Trump America? Well, no, I don't. But then again, I live on an island, so oh well. What we call America is the mainland. We're on a fucking island near Canada. So to me, it's like, oh well. But still, you get the idea. They're fucking exchanging jabs at each other, trying to drum up support to get the presidency. Now, Donald Trump, in my opinion, is going to lose. Literally. I've told this many times over. But again, I don't want to talk about politics because we still have 64 days to go. But my truth, and I don't sugarcoat it, is if you look at the political spectrum, they're exchanging jabs. Yet, same thing happens is some people have to ask for the military, whereas the others, they won't. They won't ask. They don't want to ask. I mean, literally. My family's in Oregon, okay? Let's just talk about Oregon for a minute. Not about my family's house or my family's life or whatever. Let's talk about Oregon in general. The damn governor of Portland is basically a douchebag. I believe he's gay. Not that it matters of his preference of sex or what he likes. But he's basically saying, quit attacking the American people. Quit causing trouble, Oh, the Trumpians are driving down a truck in their big trucks with the Trump flag and the American flag shooting paintballs. That's violence. The thing is, people might have to fucking...
Admirals are for headache, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
No, that's what they are. They're for headaches and toothaches. So basically, you see what I'm saying? So they're driving down the road causing trouble. Donald Trump says, oh, they're great people. Or the KKK, they're fine people. Or the kid that ran down the street in Kenosha with an AR-15, he's a great kid. He's instigating that it's okay to kill people.
Oh, now you got his father saying, well, he's just a boy. He doesn't understand. He needs...
17 years old, the motherfucker should be killed. He killed two people.
There are school shooters who are 15 years old, 14 years old, who get life in prison. And now this boy, this boy is actually being a hero to our country. He's a patriot.
He's not a patriot. Look.
Yeah, patriot doesn't go around killing protesters.
Look, Dinky sent me a video, Chloe. Basically, it was on the Blaze. And I don't believe the Blaze. But I found the article on CBS. It happened about 4 hours ago, okay? A black guy ran up to a white guy. They got into an argument. The black guy turned around and ran back to the white guy as they were both leaving. And he clubbed him twice with a brick or 2 bricks and then ran away, blood pouring everywhere. The police got involved. They found the trail of blood. They're investigating, but no one knows who this guy is. It's like Dinky said, they know who he is. They're letting him go. It's like the fucking guy that went in Portland. You heard about the guy in Portland that got shot? Yeah, the guy started causing trouble for the fucking the BLM, and Antifa started having a war against the Trumpians, right? And apparently they got into it, and one side shot the other. I think it was the Trumpian side that got shot. Trump called them patriots.
They're not patriots. They're
You know, I mean, look. Let me tell you this, okay? I gave an example. That's pretty good. If Corey and Tara, okay, were driving down the street in their truck. Remember that cool truck?
Yeah.
And Tara's in the back with a gun mounted to the back of it. Let's just say it's a gun that shoots rapid paintballs, okay?
Yeah.
Driving down the street. Wouldn't that consider inciting violence right there, hypothetically shooting paint? Yeah, even if it's a paintball gun. The thing is, people have no common sense. Now, Dinky has common sense.
That's my way to paintball gun. They're going to think it's a big assault weapon that can kill someone.
Well, yeah, but that's the point is, Dinky wouldn't do it. You know that. She's basically polite and courteous. But there's people driving down the road pepper spraying people in their trucks. There's people getting whacked with paintballs. Instigation happened between the Trumpians and the BLM's Antifa. And guess what? Someone got shot. And that's where we need to draw the line and say enough's enough. The governor of Oregon needs to grow a pair of balls. She claims she's lesbian. And apparently the mayor of Portland is fucking gay. He needs to grow a pair of balls and fucking take care of this problem. They're fucking instigating it by allowing this to happen for 90 fucking days straight. And then you wonder why my doctor called me and asked me professionally why I shouldn't be coming down there. 8 hours on a bus with a mask and then trying to navigate from the bus depot. Where's my... Oh, it's right here. Thank you. Driving the bus depot to safely home to my cousin's house. Or getting to my cousin's work or whatever just to make sure I get home safely. How's it work? Let that steam out for a second. I still got to put in another one batch left, which won't take long once I scrub it. But you get the idea. The BLM movement is bad. The Antifa movement's bad. The Trumpian movement's bad. When you got Donald Trump saying they're good patriots. I don't trust patriots driving down the road with Trump 2020 flags and American flags shooting paintballs or fucking pepper spray at citizens. They should stay home. That's the best course of action. And if everyone went home, we wouldn't have these protests. But no, they got to fucking protest against the violence of George Floyd and that guy in Kenosha and others. I mean, come on. The damage is done. We need to heal. We don't need fucking violence in this day and age. Look, I don't know anything about Molotov cocktails, okay? I don't know what they had. My family said that it was just things happen. Now, if my cousin can confirm cocktail bombs, I'll believe it. But right now, my cousin lives in the Oregon area, and she'll explain it to me better. Till she tells me, Joe, I can't confirm or deny it. Look, I only got a 1.5 hour nap today, okay? I've been up since 5 yesterday with a 1.5 hour nap before school, okay? I'm tired. I don't need to basically, as you know, deal with this or that. I'm too damn tired, Joe, to fucking keep doing research. I mean, literally, I got one moderator wanting to know if we're going to war with China. I got another moderator who always loads me up with information, but lately I just don't want any information on Trump. I don't give a shit. The reason I don't give a shit, Joe, is you should know, is because I'm worried about the fucking economy. Where I'm going to go if I go homeless because the management company kicks us all out. I'm looking to buy a travel trailer. Another thing I'm worried about is my lambs. Lambs are getting fatter. You can't eat fat lambs. Cows are going to get fatter too. The slaughterhouse is sold out till 2021. There's a cancellation. She's already got on the top of the list. But we're waiting at the lambs slaughtered. My point is, my friends, is I need to get things moving along. This clean? Yep, that's clean. So, we got one more load to do tonight. which will be the final load, because Chloe literally had pot pies. Mind you, this is a little hot, but I have to switch out things as fast as I can, let these air dry, and then clean this real quick so I can get this washed. Chloe wants this disinfected, which means, well, it'll be clean in no time. Throw them in the dishwasher. We can take the whole thing, turn it on, and then there we go. And then I will throw in a little thingamabob jigger. But my point is, I got lamb that I can't eat right now. I got plenty of meat, but once our meat supply is gone, we're screwed. And I'm not paying overinflated prices. The one farmer that's got meat boxes. She thinks because everyone's going to be going to her. I've heard from the island, no one's going to be fucking paying her prices. She's going to be stuck eating it herself, or it's going to go freezer frostbitten. What do you call it? Freezer burnt? Freezer burnt. Yeah, freezer burnt. I don't care about George Floyd. I know he was a criminal, okay? I don't care about George Floyd. Problem is everyone's fucking up in arms because they did a chokehold. My opinion is if we can get concrete, true gun control measures, or not gun control, sorry, police reforms, that lets the police do their job and not do some of this crap like chokeholds and beating them people, we might get better in time. But we're not given the chance to do police reform. Mitch McConnell doesn't care if every black person gets killed. He doesn't care. He'll just leave all the bills stacked up. But here's the thing. Stimulus checks aren't going out. Unemployment ain't going out. Right? Now pay attention. Next month, when the House comes back from recess, they're not talking about stimulus bills. They're not talking about unemployment or getting the country back on its feet by doing another stimulus package. They want to pass nationwide pot reform. So it gets passed, the Senate ain't going to budge. Even though it would give, I believe, federal taxes on pot, which would be good. There would be just state taxes and federal taxes on pot. I support that, right? But here's another thing that you guys might think of. Here we go, ready for it? You're going to love this one. I'm almost ready to turn this on real quick and get my timing done. So, you're going to love this, everyone. Well, the House is going to make a deal for a pot, which will be stalled in the Senate. The Senate knows their bill that they're going to pass with Mitch McConnell for the safety and well-being and everything else of horse racing. A new federal bill for horse racing to protect horse races and horses, etc. But they're not going to give a second stimulus check. Now, Mitch McConnell might basically surprise us and put in stimulus checks. Fortunately, Nancy Pelosi will stall it because she thinks the states need money to survive the coronavirus because the states are going bankrupt handling it, So again, it's like Nancy Pelosi holding it hostage. So, if you look at it from my point of view, guess what happens? Again, the American people get shit on. So, and that's what happens, So, I agree with Pee Wee. I agree with Dinky. When will the president do anything? I think his hands are tied. Honestly, I don't think he can do shit. Because, frankly, if he did, it'd make him look bad. And he knows during an election, if he did anything fucking stupid, it would cost him his chances of the presidency because he decided to become the law and order president. So the Democrats already knows they can fucking throw in a lot of shit with the House. Basically, say, look, we're going to do this. And when the House doesn't, when the Senate doesn't agree and they're for Trump, American people are going to be so fed up of the fucking circus. I mean, look. Yeah, I agree with Gail 100%. You should vote them all out of office because they're all assholes. Because look, instead of giving unemployment and school aid and everything else, schools need to go back to school and help the schools out. They want to pass the House wants to pass a federal pot bill. Wow. Maybe they want to start taxing pot federally on top of the local taxes. But then again, what if the law says that federal taxes get paid and the state taxes go away? States will throw a fucking fit. I mean, literally, the point is you got to look at it that way. Well, what about the horse racing thing? Again, they want to pass a horse racing bill, but they don't want to pass something else. You see, this state, as I said, is the most fucking stupidest state in the fucking union when it comes to fucking taxes. They want a walking tax. They want a fucking riding a bike tax. They want a fucking tax that you got to pay it. That if you walk on a sidewalk, you got to pay a mileage tax. Carry a little device for how many things. If you walk around your house, you have to have this device on at all times. I'm sorry, but in my own home, I'm not going to wear a fucking device. I'd rather put the damn device in the toilet. Now, 2, the American people are suffering to no end. And because of it, we shouldn't be told that, well, you've been in a mental hospital or you've been in a mental clinic, you don't get a gun. Or, you might be bipolar, schizophrenic, you don't get a gun. Or we need all your fucking records to determine. You don't need jack shit. It's like this program I said the other day. I got an email from my advocate. She tried to enroll me in a program. Basically, I made a printout somewhere. So it says here what you need to do to get approved for getting $400 in vouchers or coupons to pay for fresh fruits, vegetables, meats, and milks. It says here you got to submit the form, 2-page questionnaire, and all of this. Then the questionnaire is number in household. The more in your household, the more coupons you get. Are you enrolled in food stamps? Okay. You need to give them your health care and primary care provider. Give them access to your medical records. How do you access your fresh fruits and vegetables and milks? What experience do you experience accessing fresh produce, meats, and milks? Then it says here, you got to complete all this, your name, your date, your name and the regular healthcare provider, clinic or healthcare provider, medical records, sign a release of information to meet the daily recommendation of five total fruits and veggies. How often do you drink 8-ounce sugar sweet beverage? If you drink more cola, you don't qualify. How much do you smoke? How much do you eat meat-wise? Is it organic? Do you own guns? Do you own weapons? Do you have any exercise? Do you do this? Do you smoke? And then, once you do that, then they get all your medical records. Then, they schedule you a healthcare professional appointment, which they provide you with the HCP. Then, they give you $30 in coupon once a month by mail. And then for 4 months, you get $120 or $60 a month for 2 people and so on. Then you got to shop it at the current things. But it says, once we receive your enrollment questionnaire with all the questions answered, you will be scheduled for a short telehealth appointment via phone, then a short telehealth appointment via video to confidentially verify your nutrition needs and health challenges. Right. So why do they need your fucking gun information? Plain and simple. I'll tell you why. It's because they're fucking selfish son of a bitches. Told my advocate where to stick it on that one. She's like, well, we're just looking after people. I said, I don't care. Me having the right to own a firearm is none of the fucking business of the county if you're trying to do food stamps or using, you have food stamps, you're entitled to, and then at the bottom it says a total of, after they said it's like $400 total per person for these coupons, which you can use to buy, it's like monthly amount, like 60 per family or for 2 people in a household. So, my cousin would be fucking really wondering about that. Guns, smoking. So then my advocate, the one that sent me this information, emails Chloe and says, do you want us to enroll you? Chloe says, fuck no, I don't want you motherfuckers having my medical records. Bad enough you want Rita's, it's bad enough, you know. I mean, I was talking to someone the other day. My neighbor won't even enroll in it. She's Jehovah's Witness. She says, my medical records are my business. What the fuck is this problem? Thing is, it's getting fucking bad. Literally. But I just got confirmation that me and Chloe's food stamps are extended. So we will be going, which reminds me, excuse me for a minute. I always move this once a month. Happy Home Shih Tzu. I'm a Shih Tzu. That's Moppy's picture. Anyways, let's move this. So we got Katie. She looks like a puma. She is a puma. Cat by some of our keepers calls was a result of national breeding. She's sleeping in her hammock during the day. Recovers well and lives in a hammock. Alright, so tomorrow's September 1st. So by September 6th, which means I'm going to have spent some money on tickets, which means Chloe's going to have to go grocery shopping on the 8th of September due to the fact that the American people, due to the fact that food stamps aren't, you know. So, but no, you know, we're going shopping for groceries on the 3rd, which reminds me, I need to check on some. All right, so let me see this. So if I shop Walmart, right? It says sign in. Well, let's sign in then. I like signing in. All right, so hold on. Curious about payment methods. Oh, there it is. Right there. Add EBT card. Sweet. I can do this right here. Where's my wallet, though? Ah, here it is. Praise the Lord, you know? I'll do that real quick. Add it there so I can just have Chloe pick up my groceries on the 8th. This is really good. Whoops. Hold on a sec. This is cool. I support Walmart, so let's see if I get the card right. Yep. 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 And yep. Save it. There we go. This is awesome. This is totally awesome. Isn't that great? This is just great. Hey, I wonder if they do a layaway on Walmart.com. You know, pay it on Walmart.com. Did they actually fix it so you can do it? I don't really want to send Chloe monthly, but let's check that out. So it's in-store purchases only. That answers that question. But you get the idea. So, EBT card saved. Which reminds me, I think I got like $40 on it still, don't I? $40 with let me check that real quick. Anyways, I'll check it later. You guys talk to me, so anyways. So I'm gonna move this just a bit. There's my little Boon Boon. Look at him. He's got his little ears popped out in the back. You can see him. Hey, little Boon Boon. Hi. I just love that little guy. So, anyways, the bottom line is, I love all my family, and it's not about, that the sheriff thinks I'm an alcoholic. That's one reason why he's arguing with me in general. So to me, I thought it was, sad that they are accusing me of being a drunk, and they don't want anyone in this fucking state to own a gun. Literally, they want to put permits and special permits and licensing for handguns. Whatever happened to the rights of bear arms shall not be infringed? You're infringing the fucking Second Amendment by saying you got to have a lockbox, you got to have a lockbox. Which reminds me, I'm meaning to check on something. Let's see. Any in stock? Nope. Damn. Dude, I just want this. All right, here we go. Damn. So out of stock, what I was looking for. Damn. Nothing available. Hey, I wonder if they have the let me check on something. This is sold out too. Here we go. Let me see. Nope. Hold on. Yep. There it is. Sold out. That fucking sucks, man. Everything I'm looking for is sold out. And so it brings me to my question, okay? Why is guns sold out? Why is ammo sold out? You tell me. Plain and simple. Americans are worried about civil war. As I told my cousin, which while I'm looking, I'm going to look at something too real quick. We were talking about let me see if I can put There you go. There we go. Do they have any? Here we go. Nope, that's a toy. I don't want a toy. There we go. Currently not available online. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Yeah, I've been looking to get one of those, and I can't even get that. Maybe I'll have my send some money to my cousin, see if they can find one and send me one. Those are easy to carry. I know how to use those, but still. So I'm just looking at this real quick. Let me see here. All right. So let's look. All right. Okay. What about this one? How about this one? Mm-hmm. That one's available. So there's one available of what I'm looking for. You know, because me and my family were talking about weapons. And as I said before, the government told me to get rid of mine due to the fact Chloe made threats against Trump. So I said they're hard to get a hold of anything. I was, looking for weapons, and they're all sold out. And so, to me, I don't want that. I just want the fucking this. Hey, that looks good. How much is that fucker? $250. Looks like a good deal. Is there any in stock? Clearance. Nope. Out of stock. Can't send it. Figures. Well, let's continue. That one looks cool. Something like that looks nice. Yeah. Price is good, but I don't like the way it looks. I'm picking on what it looks like, no. Let's see. This one looks good. We'll move to page 2. Nope. Out of stock again. 90% of these are out of stock, you see? And that is the question I've been asking you all. Why? Out of stock. The answer will surprise you. People are preparing for war. That's the truth. Let's go to page 3 now. Out of stock again. Like I said, 95% of these out of stock again. You see, and what I'm looking at is some self-defense things. I'm keeping quiet on what I'm looking for, but they're all out of stock. Literally. Even the high-priced ones are out of stock. So you got to ask yourself, why are they out of stock? Because everyone's worried. Out of stock again. We're on page 3. Ooh, that's the one I like. I paid for it too. Hunting season's coming up soon, but still. You also got to look in your own price range too. Yeah, that I like. Out of stock again. See, I'd buy that one right there. Shorts, compact, it's perfect for me. I like compact anyways, but again, out of stock. That one's out of stock as well. We're on page 4, by the way. Out of stock. 95% of them are out of stock. Well, on page 4, so let's see what's available. More clearance, out of stock. Out of stock. You know, I actually got a letter that I can actually put together for my cousin now. I might write both of them. Send it out Thursday. They might like, hopefully they'll reply back to me. Well, we're on page 5 now. Out of stock. So 96%. There's only 2 pages left. Even the higher price ones in my price range are out of stock. And I'm not talking cheap either. I got tabs open anyways, but you see what I'm saying? I'm doing an experiment. Out of stock. And you gotta wonder, camping gear is out of stock too. Everything is out of stock. Let's go to page 5. All right, page 6. Now let's look at these tabs. So 97% of them so far are out of stock. Tells you right there what you need to know. And I'll tell you what it means. Out of stock. So I went up to $2,100, my price range. Nothing. Why? I'll tell you why. Well, if they do, they do. It's just going to cause more of a civil war, Joe. So let me tell you what I was looking for, okay? I was looking for longbows, short bows, crossbows, knives, sold out. Why are they sold out? I'll tell you why. Some of the African Americans, Antifa and Black Panthers and the Trumpians and others can't own weapons, not firearms. So they're buying black powder guns. You don't need a license for those. They're buying crossbows, longbows, short bows, knives, swords. They're all sold out. Ask your question, why? Camping gear, sold out. Exercise equipment, freezers, sold out. Hi, aren't you a precious little thing? Everything's sold out. Why? Because they are. Why are they? Because they are. You gotta ask yourself, why? Yep. And the question is, there's your answer. They just are. They are sold out. And because of it, they're preparing for war. It's plain and simple. War is coming. There was an old saying once in Crocodile Dundee, the movie. A guy once turned around and he walks into the jungle. Or was it two? It was one of the movies. It might have been two. Two it was. Sitting there and he's got a case of beer and he's like, "Hey, you want a tinny?" And the guy turned around and says, "No, mate, I don't want a beer. You should have bought a gun instead of beer." He says, "Why? I got a donk." He says, "You got a what?" Donk came out of nowhere and pummeled him one. Strong bushman. And he goes, "Donk." And Donk said that, "Donk." So to me, that was just classic. But you got to prepare yourself. Literally. I mean, this is something you got to ask yourself. Ammunition's getting scarce. Crossbows, longbows, short bows, sold out. Now, I don't know what's going to happen on an island. I can't foretell the future. But I didn't, like I said, the sheriff doesn't even want me having crossbow, longbow, short bow, sword, black powder, flintlock, matchlock, firelock, percussion, none of those. It's like he doesn't want anyone to have anything. So to me, the sheriff's a cold-hearted bastard. I don't care about Hell's Angels or Hell's Satans or whatever. Thing is, I don't care. Point is, you got to ask yourself these questions. Well, again, the secret is why. And the secret is simple. You got to prepare yourself. I mean, literally, we may be well provisioned here, but how long until all the supplies run out? Factories aren't even running at 50%, not even at the slaughterhouses for meats. Factories that make toilet paper towels, same thing. They say the economy is doing better and it's rising. That's why they don't want to give stimulus checks. But someone knows something out there, and that's why I'm saying, do I worry? Yes. Am I worried? Yes. I got to worry for several reasons. One, how bad is it going to get on an island? I know my cousin Dinky always says, "Well, you live on an island, you shouldn't be complaining." I'm not. But you got to ask yourself, our power grids all the way in eastern Washington, all the dams connected together, and we're the end of the line up here. We even power half of Canada and Oregon and California and Nevada and other states too. So all our power is going onto the western grid, all the way across the Rockies, and yet you got to ask yourself, why is it happening to us? How safe are we? Every one of us. I mean, look, the media basically heard today by Biden. Do you feel safe in a Trump America? Well, I don't, because frankly, because I would feel more safer if Donald Trump basically declared the Insurrection Act and brought in the military to take care of these fucking problems and secured our areas. But he can't declare martial law. And unless the states ask for help, which some of them won't, they're going to basically do the same thing, which will be basically making my cousin Semi a prisoner of her state of Oregon. In California, forest fires. It's getting cooler weather now. When it gets cooler and cooler, the virus will spike. People don't realize it ain't going away. I don't know anything about rapists, Joe. I really don't. But anyways, all I can say is I don't feel safe in this country. Everything I've read scares me. But I also don't support Trump either if he can't get off his lazy ass and doing something. I gotta close the window. I'll be right back. What's up? You have top fives tonight?
Yeah.
All right, your top five hands to me. Just one. So I have something to tell you.
Uh-huh.
I went to, just look hypothetically, for firearms.
Mm-hmm.
They're all sold out, some of the ammo.
Wow.
Can't even get a revolver. Guess what?
What is it?
I decided, you said to go ahead and order on your money a crossbow.
Uh-huh.
Sold out, all of them.
Wow.
I also went to look for long bows and short bows. Sold out, everything.
I'm feeling lightheaded.
Well, let's take it easy. So I thought I'd share that with you. Everything sold out.
Yeah. We're going in dark times. I know Biden's going to win, but there's still a small chance that Trump could win.
I'm more worried about the future, Chloe, than those two clowns for one reason. You gotta ask yourself this question that I was asking today. Mm-hmm. Is everything sold out? Long bows, short bows, they're all sold out. Then how are you going to buy those items, I mean, literally. Because Bass Pro and Cabela's merged, and even though they have separate websites, they're all sold out.
They are.
And that's the question you got to ask yourself,
Are you still alive?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Joe's been talking.
Apparently, not in this.
Do you want to talk for a minute? I'm going to go take a leak.
Oh, no, I'll talk from here. But anyways, the apartment, not the apartments, but the small houses next to the complex, right? Someone's moving out.
Yeah, because they can't pay the rent.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's his neighbor. But, yeah, it looks like they got U-Haul and everything, like they're going to leave the island. People are leaving the island. What do you think this town's going to be like in a few years?
I don't know. Probably a ghost town.
that's the case, I don't want to be in a ghost town.
I'm not. I got plans already. I told you about it already privately. My problem is right now everything's sold out. And don't forget the slaughterhouses. As I said, they're backlogged. We can't even get our lamb we paid for.
Yeah. We can't get anything anymore. It's just the beginning.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You know, that was one thing that Dinky said. You know, this is the beginning. I mean, literally. Hi. Did you drop that thing in the mailbox?
Oh, I'll do it tomorrow morning.
What do you want? Oh, I know what you want. Fine, I'll give you a lamb. I'm too lazy to open up the thing. I gotta order more moisty soon, too.
Well, yeah, well, yeah. You're looking for an RV.
Yeah, I am. But that's beside the point.
Well, it's part
They're
of the
sold out, too.
Yeah, we might end up being stuck, you know.
We're not going to be stuck here. Quit being paranoid,
no, not
Nancy.
stuck here, but stuck, you know, having to carry things by.
No, we won't. The problem is, again, used RVs are sold out. New RVs are running out.
What about vans?
I was authorized to buy a trailer, not a van.
A trailer?
Yeah, 30 to 34 foot.
Well, are those sold out too?
Most of them are. There's a couple 30-footers. I've gotten calls in already on those.
Take what we get.
Well, exactly.
Can't be picky. We're just going to have to take what we have and just live in it and manage to deal with it.
That's the thing, you know. I'm trying to find there's a company I'm looking for right now. Let me see. No. Ah, here it is. Let me see. I want to see about new RVs. I'm just checking this website. I'm subscribed to their YouTube channel, so come on, dude. Dude. I said new. The fucking thing's fucking broken. Here we go. New, right? Class. We want travel trailers. Manufacturer. I know exactly what we're looking for.
Where do you plan to take this trailer?
To live in it, anywhere we can find a safe location. Here we go. Nope. All right, so well, at least there's 3 pages, so let's see. Damn. Well, this answers that question.
I didn't expect this year to go the way it did.
This answers this question, everyone.
What is it?
They're sold out of the bigger trailers, so the RV place that I emailed earlier, they said they only have a 30-foot available. One.
Well, if that one sells out.
Well, we can also go through the other dealer that has 4 of them, one including in Portland. So, but anyways, yeah, that's something I was looking at right here.
Prepared for this.
Well, yeah, but we didn't expect it to be this bad.
Yeah, I didn't expect anything to be this bad. It's just.
So yeah, there you go. What are you talking about? How many do I want? What? You're not making any sense. Here, let me message you on my phone. Not making any sense.
How's the rest of the world going to be with this after the pandemic hurting too?
Yeah, the entire world.
You know what things are like in the UK right now.
Pretty bad. Economy's taking a shit there. Yes, I just texted you. Thing is it's impossible, No,
Didn't they have a leader there they don't like?
Prime Minister. I think they told him to step down, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, like I said, everything is scary right now. I mean, literally. Or I even emailed the local firearm dealers in the area. They're all sold out. I even checked with Bass Pro Cabela's, Sportsman's Warehouse, sold out. Everything's been stripped, And to me, it's not cool. So, question we got to ask ourselves. I'm going to get some milk, by the way. Is how bad will it truly get? Plain and simple. I mean, look, law enforcement doesn't even want me having a crossbow because they think I drink too much. Let's see. The other night, I drank a bottle of wine. It was half a bottle of wine. $90 Chloe paid for my birthday, and the stuff tasted like shit. Sorry to say, but I ain't paying $90 for a piece of shit either. By the way, I checked on something, Chloe. Got some news for you.
What is it?
You are going to go to Walmart on the 8th.
Okay.
Not the 4th. The 6th is when they give us the extra $200. They just confirmed it.
Wow.
So, guess what else I found out?
What is it?
You set up a Walmart account. You know why?
Why?
When you order online to Walmart, they have EBT, which is right there for groceries and their grocery pickup. So we can get all our meats and everything we need. You can get your supplies because, we can't share food. And I can get mine and you can pick it up. All with the EBT card.
So you're expecting us to lose our place in October?
When the eviction moratorium ends, the problem is the only way the management company can get out of the eviction moratorium is if they sell the fucking building. And remember, out of 150 units, only 9 people are paying their rent. Everyone else, including Smellby, is drinking booze. Did I ever show you the email with the manager? She's out having a smoke one day, right? She's a smoker. Mm-hmm. And she walked Commander Dave, pull in, carrying, you ready for this? His entire SUV. There was like 4 fucking boxes. You know how they have 12 bottles to a box? She's buying 4 fucking cases at a time. Smellby. One day she went outside, right?
Yeah.
And she emptied the entire recycling bin of wine bottles. Someone else recycled beer bottles. Manager thought it was us.
She has money to pay rent and she's spending it on alcohol. Why is she drinking?
I don't know, but the story goes that manager's smoking a cigarette. She goes out and she empties it all. She thought it was me. Because, she's heard from neighbors like spam that I have wine brought in from time. But when she found out that she was carrying out over 16 empty cases of wine bottles, you know how much that filled up the dumpster. You saw it in there, didn't you? All those wine bottles.
Yeah.
Spam was saying it was me, and said it wasn't me, it was the neighbor. I mean, yes, we have a recycling bag full of wine bottles, but we don't buy wine bottles like that. She buys wine bottles by the boatloads.
Yeah.
And people are buying beer bottles. Literally. And so, but yeah, people aren't paying their rent. Rent also pays. Remember that letter we got in the beginning of the coronavirus?
Yep.
Please pay your rent on time. We have property taxes and mortgages to pay. Water bill, sewer bill, and garbage bill. They can't make any of it, Chloe.
Yeah.
You do know the owner owns all the properties in East Sound, and they're talking about selling those too. Wow. And I just heard from Alex, my friend Alex, that every building the owners own in Eastern Washington's about to be sold.
Wow.
They might lose over 200 buildings that they manage down to like 4 or 5.
Wow.
And why am I saying this to you, everyone? To tell you that eviction isn't just about federal buildings. It's about fucking people not paying their fucking rent.
Sure.
So while people like us, the manager appreciates, other people just don't want to fucking pay. They think that they can make a payment plan through the state when the moratorium ends. But if this virus spikes between September and December, the eviction moratorium gets extended to next year. It goes to October to say February, and then February to June. And then if the virus has a cure, that's so many people curing thousands of dollars the management company has to sell the fucking building. Why do you think me and Chloe are looking into a travel trailer?
You might have to move.
Let me see what this link is. I'm using my phone. I could have used my my thing, Man, these look like really fucking cheap son of a bitches. Thought this company would use some real brands.
What state has the most camping sites?
Washington, Oregon, California, Wyoming, Montana, because they're in the Rockies and Cascades.
Yeah.
Man, I wouldn't buy any of these. These brands I've never even heard of. Thanks, but no thanks. No offense. But yeah, the point I'm making is the American people don't realize that this doesn't affect the people that are begging for $600 a week. It affects a lot of people. I mean, literally. Some people that rent their houses out to pay on mortgages are giving up their rental properties due to the fact that the people aren't paying the rent and they can't pay the property taxes. Well, I've already looked at Cabela's and Bass Pro and other places. I know they're sold out, literally. Same with the knives. You can't get a decent hunting knife either. So right now, let me just tell you all, if you're looking for a bow, a crossbow, long or short bow, let me give you guys advice. You might have to, like Chloe said, take what you get. It's like the toilet paper. We took what we got. Same with paper towels, same with other things. But those are going out of stock again. Same with meats. Same with cheeses. Same with supplies. I mean, Amazon is backlogged severely. I mean, literally. Well, you live in an area where they're not sold out. You got to remember that the problem with trying to purchase weapons or exercise equipment or camping equipment or trailers or whatever is that in some states they're sold out because people are afraid of what's happening to the blue states. You live in a red state. There's nothing going wrong with the red state, it seems, but the blue states are all running out. I know what brand I'm looking for. I got feelers already out through emails. Unfortunately, manufacturers running at 25% capacity for, say, like Horton, they're hard to find. PSE, hard to find. Excalibur, hard to find. Canadian brand. The other companies is damn it, what was that other one? Wicked Ridge, they're out. Sorry, I'm thinking for a second. I'll have to Google it. Google. Let me see. Barnett sold out. 10 point. That's what I was saying. 10 point. I mean, literally, they are sold out. Now, remember I said I'm going to use the restroom. Remember what I said about stocks, okay? I want to talk about the stock market when I get back from the bathroom because there's a couple things that's really bothering me here, okay? And I want to explain this to you guys. All right, so let me explain something to you all, okay? You all know I like fly fishing, all right? I'm going to give you a fly fishing example in a second. But remember what I said. Alcohol in our state sold out. Food is sold out. We know what to get, where we need to go to get the deals on food. Chloe's going to go to Walmart. Now, she's going probably twice this month. But at least when she does, she'll stockpile what we need, okay? Now, let me tell you a story about it. Well, the thing is I already said with brands, 10 point, Excalibur, Horton, PSE, etc. But and those are, some are longbows, some are crossbows, some are, but let me just get to my point, okay? I don't want to lose my brain fart, so I'm not texting you right now. So here's the deal. I want you guys to pay attention because this is a long chat. The economy is taking a shit, okay? It's going to take a nosedive. We just got to prepare for a civil war. We got to prepare for civil war, stock market crash, Black Panthers, Antifa, Black Lives Matter.
What, right-wing militias, white supremacy groups?
We got to worry about all this. And let me just put it this way, okay? Let me break it down so I don't just basically seem I'm a racist here, okay? You got the stock market that's going to crash soon. It's inevitable. Even Warren Buffett, who loves his Coca-Cola, has been stockpiling gold, selling off his stocks. He knows he knows it's going to take a shit. 2, you got all these people that Chloe said fighting each other for racial injustice, like my cousin-in-law Dinky said. That will spark between that it'll be a second civil war. Blacks against whites, whites against Hispanics, Hispanics against blacks, you name it. On top of the stock market crash, you're going to have a banking reset, which means our dollars and our coins will be useless. Silver will be fine, and gold. But you can't trade them in if the banking system is down. No one will be able to buy them from you. Think about that. And finally, the big enchilada. Besides civil war, factions against each other, stock market crash, the housing crash, the food supply chain going down the shitter, and everything is spanning on people buying guns, knives, swords, black powder pistols, crossbows, longbows, short bows, camping equipment, exercise equipment, freezers, refrigerators, you name it. Food's being sparse. Everything is being sparse, okay? People are preparing. But here's the thing. If people are unemployed, which they say the true numbers are 75 million are unemployed, okay? When homeless goes through the roof and everyone fucking falls flat on their face and they literally get homeless, you're going to see a lot of shit hit the fan, okay? So, what does that mean? You ask yourself this question. Why is everything sold out? Now, let's talk to the pretense of people. People are using their unemployment checks. They're either buying booze, they're stockpiling ammo, they're stockpiling food, they're stockpiling whatever they can to survive. If there's a eviction moratorium, etc., right? They're doing whatever they can to survive. Ask this. Why is cars literally sold out? Factories are only at running 50% on automobiles. RV dealers are at 25% capacity because of it. Now let's go down the list on something big here, okay? So I got some emails that came in today. Been meaning to talk about this for a while, but I think it's time we talk about it. I asked the big fly rod companies, okay, the reel companies, for example. The fly rod reel makers are at 25% capacity because states, like Wyoming, Montana, Colorado, etc. 25%. Now, the other problem is some of these reels that aren't made in America that aren't at 25% are running at 100% capacity. Like the companies that have big names like Orvis, they're making fly rods out of China, like their Encounter series and their Clearwater. Clearwater's got a better warranty. And same goes with the reels. Most of the reels are imported, all right? There's only two reels in that Orvis makes that are made in the USA. They're running at 25% capacity, all right? Again, and apparently the fly rod industry is basically doing good. They're not going under. So here's the deal, okay? You look at all the fly rods made in South Korea. They're at overcapacity, okay? They're turning them out, okay? They're turning them out, but they can't ship them. Ships aren't coming over here. So when they do get a ship that comes in with fly rods, for example, they're loaded up and sent off to the manufacturer's warehouse in the U.S., where they get sent out to the distributors or the fly shop companies, and then they get restocked. No problem when they get in the country. The American-made fly rods, Orvis, TNT, Thomas, Scott, Berkheimer, etc. They're all made like Sage. They're all made. Let me just give you an example, okay? Let me go to my friend's website. I'm working on a fly rod with him, okay? I'll show you why. All right, so here we go. So I'm going into his website now. He's got a great website, all right? So you click on Made in America, right? Let's just put it this way. Abbott, Eden Kane, Edge, G. Loomis, Orvis, Freestone, Sage, Scott, Winston, and TNT. They're all running at 25% capacity, okay? Yet, these companies, made in America, are not failing. They're doing fine. They said they're getting sales like crazy. Question is, okay, let's talk about some of the brands, okay? Orvis, their basic made in America Recon 2 rod is $498. All right. G. Loomis is about $700 to $900. Then you got Scott. They're like $795 on them. Winston is between $850 and $1,000 on up. Okay, Thomas and Thomas goes up to $4,000 if you want cane. Sage is very expensive too. You're looking at $500 to $1,500. Freestone starts at about $1,200 to $1,500. Edge starts at $900. Eden cane, well, that's cane, so coming from China and everything else, bamboo is getting hard to get a hold of, so the price goes up. So if you look at the American-made fly rods, for example, here's the question. If everything else is being sold out like crazy, fly rod is a specialty sports fishing. Everyone knows that. But how is a company like that still making money for the old farts that with 75 million people not working? A lot of the outfitters that go out and have boats and stuff, they're not making money. They are not allowed to go out in parties of more than 5, and so they're not making a living. Fly shop companies are making money like crazy. Question is, why? Well, I'll tell you why. With everything sold out, it has to do with people maxing out their credit cards and their credit lines. Now, let me put it to you this way, everyone. When it comes to the fly rod industry, it's a specialty use. They're sold out. Look at Benelli. Look at all those fancy schmancy $10,000, $12,000, $20,000 shotguns sold out. There's something coming down the pipe, I guarantee it. But fly rods are one of the things that aren't sold out. Their company's doing quite well, and and fly rod shops are still in business, even though they're limiting how many people go into the fly shops, etc., etc. So, the question I have for you before I go run to the bathroom again is, Wednesday night is payday. Why do you ask, Joe? Chloe's supposed to be going shopping at Walmart on Thursday and Tuesday. So, but anyways, back to my question. Why is everything sold out? Why is fly rods still in business when some of these things can't be afforded? Is people using the retirement money or their emergency money to buy one, thinking everything's going to be hunky-dory? I don't know. I'm going to use the restroom. Explain to me why you asked that question, Joe. You see, the question is why everything is sold out. Plain and simple. I'll be right back. So, I asked a question, Joe. I got 19 minutes left and then I have to leave for the night, okay? So you get 19 more minutes. So basically, well, I'm not doing it Wednesday. Probably I'll Maybe a live video while doing spreadsheets. I don't know. It's too early to tell. Usually I'm just a loafer right now, trying to get things done. So, but anyways, like I said, you got to ask yourself these questions. Why is the economy going higher and higher? Wow. So apparently a new thing happened in Colorado tonight, everyone. Cops basically stopped a couple guys that looked like they were hobos or bums, and they were injected against their will. Now they're suing tranquilizers. Let's see. It says Elijah McKnight admits he was drunk. 25-year-old said he had a fifth at gym with a buddy before passing was on the sidewalk outside Aurora. So the sheriff deputies found him, and they nudged him awake, and the conversation was calm for the first several minutes. They told him they were just checking to see if he was all right. The counter ended with McKnight on life support after being injected with a high dose of drug called ketamine. I was out cold for 3 days on life support. He said, my family didn't know I was there. Wow. The Knight family woke up in Aurora Hospital. He couldn't even believe what was seeing on the news. His eyes widened when he saw a story about another young black man, Elijah, was in a coma near death after police encountered that he also was involved in a ketamine injection. Same drug McKnight had been given. Everything went dark. Two incidents just happened 10 miles apart within days of each other. They involved different law enforcement and EMT. But they convinced the use of ketamine in police calls is being abused when there's no medical need for it. They are being lazy. I guess they don't want to deal with a drunk asshole, he said. McKnight is not alone in questioning whether police are influenced. Paramedics use powerful tranquilizer that requires hospitalization for non-medical reasons. Colorado and Minneapolis use the drug paramedic grow sharply in recent years. Outrage over its use motivated City Councilman Aurora to propose temporary ban new policies. Body camera shows Arapahoe County Sheriff's Deputy checking welfare. Even after he admits unprompted that he had warrants out for his arrest. The officer moved to detain as he tries to run. Oh, really? Deputies warned him and used a taser on him, lying face down in dirt, handcuffed behind his back. So paramedics were relieved when they first came on the scene. Was like, please help me. Can't do something to me. Instead, the police tranked him. On the ground, McKnight occasionally yells out, but is able to give correct answers. Too hyped up right now. But 6-minute paramedic turned and does not need hospital treatment. At the hospital, paramedics told we can give him a ketamine, but he'll be sleeping like a baby. But he'll have to go to the hospital. Don't inject anything into my veins. So the police said he's buckling at 3 of them. They gave him 500 milligram shot, and being widely combative, body cameras in his is still able to lift them. Video calls McKnight cufflinks still yelling out, and then paramedics called physician need permission to eject him with 250 more milligrams. Helped the man of his weight. Passes out, paramedic logs it, says McKnight was suffering from excited delirium. It's simply an excuse to knock him out because police didn't want to deal with him. Once ketamine is given the recipient, it has to be hospitalized. Excited delirium. So, pain relief and a general anesthetic. Let's see. 2,2972 increase in ketamine. Wow. Mary Dale Peterson, American Society of Anesthesia, says conservative use but statements to use the drug. The first use of the drug, ketamine or other drug, should not be given for purely law enforcement purposes. We give drugs to treat medical problems. So let's see what else it says. Right. So this kid basically said, please respect the boundaries that I am speaking. Then they struggled and then tased him, tased him, chokehold. He vomits, crazy strength. Turns out he was not on any drugs, another booze, and he died. So they gave him 500 milligrams, and now the family's suing. Wow. He had a heart attack in the ambulance, and he died. He died 3 days after police and paramedics. Yep. Aligned with our established protocol of giving this stuff. New investigations into his case. Wow. The FBI and the Justice Department's been reviewing the case since 2019. The National Fraternal Order of Police, the NFOP, is using exciting delirium excuse to inject ketamine on any subject is out of line. Yep. Paramedic story. There's no national database that tracks ketamine use. First media interview, and he filed suit against the city of Woodbury, where he worked until 2019. Baker says he had to quit after suffering retaliation to be disciplined for exposing falsified EMS training. Attendance documents allowed people to get or keep their certificates to be paramedics, and disciplinary action refusing how to pressure to use ketamine. Wow. Meant by multiple, do you have ketamine ready? Do you have it drawn up? And I said, no, I have it available, but I'd like to evaluate the patient. Angered the police officers, he said, but in the end, he said talking to the patient worked and no drugs were required. Most powerful medication when I've been ambulance is our ability to speak with patients. Ketamine takes that away. I don't believe it should be requested by police. I don't tell them when they use their mace. I shouldn't be telling them, they shouldn't be telling me to use the administrate the drug. So it said, regarding the improper resistant medication, Ms. Baker discipline and Southern Talents County denied the allegation. Attorney cannot dispute that, saying not a month goes by as a small Minneapolis call linked to the administration of ketamine. Complaining of the paramedic Jackson, they're complaining the police officer caused that to happen, and now they're suing the police. Whereas in case the person being detained was not only handcuffed, strapped down on a stretcher in the ambulance receiving ketamine. Police are accused of abusing the ketamine. The police says it wasn't their decision to administer as the paramedics. Paramedics are never going to admit they're liable, so they will say it was necessary. The report made public institute a new policy telling its officers the decision to administer said it must be clearly made by EMS personnel and not MPD. In the McCain case, Aurora City Councilman has pushed for a ban on use of ketamine by first responders until the investigation is case complete. Attorney Newman said it should not have been used in the first place. Another way to excess force against people, especially people of color. He hoped to ban it together. I woke up choking on a ventilator. It's not happening to everyone else in the future. I agree. There you go. Something new we got to think about. Ketamine. Yep. So apparently, President is told to stay away from the Blake family 7 times. And doing it where there was lawyers involved. They wanted me to speak. They wanted to have lawyers involved. Thought this was inappropriate, but I did speak to Pastor. Pastor had great talk. He had great talk my ass. Yeah. Blake's father told Acosta his family doesn't have a pastor. White House senior Grant tweeted that Trump was a friend of the pastor of the younger Blake's mother. This is my son we're talking about. White House Secretary McEnemy said, yeah, well-being and getting justice. And the lady said President Trump is a racist. He stokes racial tensions, has been stirring racial tensions since he got in the White House. Why, as Jacob's uncle and I talked about him, Jacob and healing the community. adding that he hasn't spoken with Jake and Blake's mother about speaking with Trump. Trump's visit to the swing state condemned violence during the demonstration, an attempt to continue his campaign against Democratic-run cities and states. Let's see. Trump met with Attorney General Barr, Department of Homeland Security, to discuss ongoing civil unrest across the country. Two senior sources said the press conference later Monday. Trump spoke at length about it called violent left-wing civil unrest in Kenosha. Trump uses it back up the case a couple of months before election. Tony Evans, a Democrat, asked Trump not visit to Kenosha as the city works to heal and prevent diverting local resources for President. I didn't ask for that. For a presidential visit. Monday, Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden charged that Trump wants to foment additional violence. You really feel safe under Donald Trump? Biden asked for clearly through his speech in Pennsylvania. Start rooting for chaos and violence, trying to scare America. And he continued the situation as for his hurricane damage. All right.
Oh.
The president condemns violence in all its forms. The White House believes that police should be fully funded. Yeah, well, so does Trump. So does Biden, So in my opinion, Biden never said he wanted to defund the thing. But, so there you go. In my opinion, it's not cool. Plain and simple. Yeah, we can call you Wednesday. I ain't calling anyone tonight. I'm actually going to call my father-in-law. It's my weekly talk with him, even though I saw him this afternoon on school. And then I'm going to have my dinner and put a movie in. And hopefully get a little nap in, because I only got an hour and a half nap. And I'm very exhausted. I'm just trying to ride this day out and start the next day fresh and, etc., without any problems. And then tomorrow I'm hoping to give me and Chloe our medication we need. But I'm telling you, man, it is not cool, all this crap going on. All I want, and all my cousin Dinky wants, is for it to be in peace, We just want peace. We don't want to see our fucking cities under siege because of the, cities under siege due to these riots and looters and thugs. Plain and simple, Plain and simple. We as Americans should have peace. We as Americans shouldn't be basically strung up to hang out to dry due to the fact, that the Democrats are trying to control. And I will agree they are trying to control guns. I won't dispute that. They don't even want me owning a gun. They want us to go through so many damn dick-headed holes that it ain't funny. And right now, my father-in-law would say, well, you shouldn't worry about a gun. Give it to God. Well, fine. But still, if I end up dead because of something, I guess it's my time. Someone wants to kill me for my stuff,
That's think that way. Don't let someone kill you for your stuff.
Oh, yeah, but we don't have any armaments to defend ourselves. That's the real problem. You know what happened tonight? I'll tell you later. I don't really want to say it out loud. It's something interesting. I'll be talking to Poppy about it soon. So, but no, you got to remember mail order. Let me tell you about mail order, because we have 5 minutes left and I'm going to use the bathroom real quick. Let me just tell you before I go. Mail order is sold out because everyone relies on mail order. Everything is sold out. Of course, I don't understand why fly rods aren't sold out, but everything else is sold out for some reason. How is people affording all this crap if the economy is really tanking and everyone's having fucking problems? That's what I don't understand. That's what I can't understand. That is what I can't understand, my fellow followers. Why is it that people are spending useless money when they should be preparing for food and other stuff. So, like I said, everyone, that just blows me away. Guns are sold out, ammo's sold out, everything's sold out, and yet people don't realize, the American people, what's coming down the fucking pipe. Literally. I mean, look at cars and SUVs, and trailers, motorhomes, campers, tent trailers, all fucking sold out. And people don't realize that it's all sold out. I mean, to me, it's a big problem, and I know if Pee Wee was around, she'd probably send links and stuff to explain why all this shit sold out. I'd like to know why everything is fucking selling out. Something's coming down the pipe, and I have a gut feeling, again, it's just a gut feeling, that Biden's going to be the president, and everyone's preparing for shit to hit the fan. I mean, that's the only logical answer I can give. I mean, literally. And with that said, that's all I can say in that answer. Why is everything fucking sold out? How is businesses that sell $7,000 to $2,000, $3,000 fly rods still in fucking business if no one's buying anything? The economy says people aren't buying things, but every time you turn around, they're buying stuff, and the stock market's going through the roof. To me, this doesn't fucking make sense. That is what's got me stumped to no end. It doesn't make sense. So, that's all I can tell you. So, with that said, everyone, I might do spreadsheets tomorrow, so if I do, look for me. Please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestions, hit the like, subscribe button, source of funding for your family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, your service dogs. Hit the bell notification for new content every day. Thanks for watching, everyone, and God bless you in everything you do.